Welcome to a night of total terror. Night of the living dead. The dead who live on living flesh. The dead whose haunted souls hunt the living. The living whose bodies are the only food for these ungodly creatures. Night of the living dead. More shattering than your strangest nightmare.
They came to pay their respects.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Why do you have to be so cruel?
What?
Show some respect.
Now they're running for their lives.
A biologist in Stockton, California have released reports focusing on the phenomenon, specifically on that trance-like state.
Every shelter is becoming a trap.
Are you sure we're gonna be all right?
Cooper, you gotta help me out!
And every road out
Don't stop no matter what happens.
is just another dead end.
They're coming right for us!
George Romero's Night of the Living Dead.
Welcome to Barrel Age Flicks. This is Ron. I have been traumatized. And in the show we have...
And this is Stu. I hate Ron.
Also in the show...
This is Ragnar. I'm so confused right now.
And... Fuck you, Chase!
Yeah, fuck me. All right, hey, everybody.
And special guest...
Hey nerds, this is Sammy. Let's do this.
And finally...
Hey, this is Goot.
I am Groot.
Hello.
What is up,
back from the
everybody?
dead.
Welcome to BAF. And it is that time of the year, Halloween, our first episode on the Night of the Living Dead.
Month.
Oh, no, it's not that time of the month yet.
I mean, it might be for some people.
Oh, that's
For
true.
some people,
Yeah.
I say people because, apparently dudes can bleed also. I don't know.
yeah. Apparently, dudes can get pregnant now.
Well, this is the first episode of our Halloween season that we're doing that Stu is hosting, which is the 1968 Night of the Living Dead versus the Tom Savini 1990 version of Night of the Living Dead. First one directed by George Romero, October 1st, 1968 when it was released. Other movies that he's done, a lot of good movies here. Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, Diary of the Dead, Survival of the Dead.
All the dead.
Yes. Well, yeah. And then he also, other movies he's done is Martin, which I've never seen. I don't know. He did The Crazies, the original. He did Creep Show, which was good. He did The Dark Half, and he actually did a film that I actually enjoy. It's got Tom Savini and Ed Harris called Night Riders.
Yeah.
It's actually a fun film. I actually enjoyed that. Tom Savini is a renowned, groundbreaking special effects and makeup. He is amazing for doing great movies like the Friday the 13th movie, Part 1, Part 3, and Part 4. He's also done some The Burning. I mean, he's just a great he's like a special effects wizard. He learned a lot of his stuff because he was a photographer during Vietnam, so he was able to do all the effects perfectly because of the seeing all that, the killings and stuff like that. So it made it so.
I mean, he did the effects on Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
He was going to do the effects on the original.
Yeah.
But
I don't think he.
Vietnam.
But the thing is, he directed the remake, but he didn't do any of the special effects. So I don't know if you have that information about who did the special effects for that.
He didn't do the special effects, but his boys did. All right.
I thought he was involved with it.
He was like, but it was his boys do it under his. All right, cool. I like this. Let's do it a little bit more like this. No, let's do it more like this. Yeah.
I think he did. It kind of reminds me of Pumpkinhead with Stan Winston. Where Stan Winston directed Pumpkinhead, even though he's a special effects wizard, but he had other people do the effects.
Yes.
So it kind of gave him a break just to direct it and stuff like that. But other movies that he's also done is he did special effects for Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, my favorite of the bunch. The Day of the Dead, of course. The Prowler. and Maniac and Tales from the Dark Side TV series. So, The Night of the Living Dead from 1968 stars Dwayne Jones as Ben, Judith O'Dara as Barbara, Carl Hardman as Harry, Marilyn Eastman as Helen Cooper, Keith Wayne as Tom, Judith Riley as Judy, Kyla Shine as Karen Cooper, Charles Craig as newscaster. And then in 1990, in my opinion, the best casting ever, Tony Todd as Ben, Patricia Tellman as Barbara, Tom Tiles as Harry Cooper, McKee Anderson as Helen Cooper, William Butler as Tom, Kate Fitterman as Judy Rose, and Heather Mazur as Sarah Cooper. Basic Karen Cooper in the original. Bill Moseley as Johnny, which is a fun little cameo in the beginning. So, and then Pat Reese is the sheriff. So that is the budget. The original Night of the Living Dead, the budget was only $114,000. It made $30 million worldwide, which is
not too shabby.
Pretty fucking good. Yeah, pretty fucking
massive.
Good. But the new one in 1990, the budget was $4.2 million. It made $5.8 million. So it made its money back, but
there's more to it than
so we'll get into that. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to you so you can talk about our drinks, and we'll get into it.
All right. So sticking with this year's theme, we're doing gin.
Of course.
I'm going to be doing 2 separate gins.
Okay.
All right. Because these are 2 separate films, but one takes the original and just is inspired by it, and in my opinion, elevates it. So we're going to start out with the OG Beef Eater London Dry Gin. And you got right beside you.
Oh.
That's your shot glass.
This is my glass? Okay.
Yeah, that's your shot glass.
Is there anything?
I'll take a small shot.
Yeah,
I apologize. Yeah.
No, you're fine. Not a problem.
So this is just classic original gin. It's a staple of most bars, most mixed drinks and stuff like that. It's not going to be anything special, not going to be anything to knock your socks off. Yeah. It's good enough to get the fucking job done. But it's original. It's original for a fucking reason, and it's stuck around for a fucking reason.
What's the price point of the bottle?
Like this. I think this was like $25 bucks, I want to say, for $7.50. Nothing too expensive.
Yeah.
But it's not like the bottom of the shelf.
Yeah.
It's there. It's the absolute vodka of gin. It exists.
Have you had this one before?
Oh,
yeah. What'd you think you said?
That took me a minute to process what you said.
But it makes sense.
It does. It does.
Right.
It's the absolute vodka of gin.
Yes. It is.
Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, now I get it. Okay.
So, I've had it numerous times, both straight and in mixed drinks. In years past before this, wasn't a big fan of gin. I've developed more and more of an appreciation, including for this. I do appreciate it more than what I used to. It is going to be a little bit harder hitting than we've had on some of the gins we've had so far. But it is what it is.
I'm excited about your next one. I do have a question, though. Ever since you've been drinking all this gin throughout this year, has it make you want to stop drinking gin or still enjoy gin?
No, I'm enjoying gin even more.
Okay.
All right. I'm enjoying the nuances. Prost.
Cheers.
Cheers, Goot.
It's a traditional London dry gin. That's all it is.
Definitely have the alcohol, like rubbing alcohol,
A little bit.
Definitely taste that, but it's not bad.
No,
it's not. It's easy to drink. It's okay. Not anything to rage about, but I mean, definitely in the aftertaste, it's not long. Like it doesn't linger.
That's what she said.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give it a 1.
Okay,
I'll give it a 1. It's simple. I mean, like I said, I'd rather this more in a cocktail, not by itself.
That's
something
what it traditionally would be.
Yeah, mixed in with something. This isn't something that I would take a shot of. Like I'd order a shot of this just for a cocktail.
Give us a beef eater, bitch.
Yeah, but yeah, it's there.
I don't know what to think.
Okay.
Being as not as a big a drinker as everybody else, it's not bad. If somebody puts it in front of me, I probably would drink it again. So I'd say 1.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's
still tasting it a little bit.
It's more for a mixer than it is for a straight shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's meant to be tampered down
I
by,
can see mixing it would
by
improve
other
it.
drinks.
I'm gonna change mine down to maybe like a do a three quarters.
Okay.
3/4. Yeah, 3/4. I'll give this up. Just put it down a quarter. So 3/4.
That's fine. Goot, how about you, buddy?
Did not have a chance to get these liquors today.
Oh, okay. I
and
thought I
this
saw
week
you
has
take a
been
shot. I'm sorry.
I was drinking beer. Some Feist beer.
So what do you review your beer?
What's your review of beer?
Oh, this is I love the Victory brewery in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
They have a Victory Monkey. Or what's it?
Victory Monkey?
Eggs.
No, it's
Excuse me?
oh my god, I forgot what it's called. But it's a sour beer, and I love sour beers. So it's they make good beer, and this is their Oktoberfest. So they made a Feist beer. So I'm like, I had to try it.
Oktoberfest beers is always good.
And are you happy with it?
So very happy too.
All right, there you go. Bonus review.
Send me a picture of that beer.
All right. And Ragnar?
Give it a 1. It's simple, easy. There's nothing special about it. Smells just like a traditional gin. I don't know where. I didn't taste a bunch of the rubbing alcohol.
Oh, it was mild, but you can definitely taste it.
Really, it's very tame. Like with the juniper in there. So you smell it, you taste a little bit of it, but it's nothing special.
Yeah.
So
You taste it, just see the ugliest Brit ever, right?
yeah, you absolutely fucking could.
Ron thought it was only for him because how much he likes to eat beef. Yeah.
Beef eater. So it would drinking this would. Have you ever seen the Ricky Gervais show?
Yeah.
Which one?
Huh?
The Office, the original one?
No.
Or something else?
Like his show,
His talk show.
his talk show.
Oh, okay.
Where
He's made quite a few shows.
sorry, the one that I'm thinking of.
My bad.
It's hold on, let me see if I can find the individual. It's one of the
Extras.
okay.
It's
let me see here.
the one where they work in the old folks home.
There we go. Ricky Gervais show. So the cast for that is Stephen Merchant.
He's done a few things with him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So him,
Yeah.
right? That's who I picture drinking this.
Yes. Yes.
Wait.
Absolutely. Stephen Merchant. That tall, lanky bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in Logan. He's the albino mutant.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's who I would picture when I drink this is Stephen Merchant.
Oh, that's good. Oh, yeah.
So-
I can see that. All right, to round mine off, it's a 1. It's a gin. It's a dry gin.
It was kind of moist.
The epitome. It's the epitome of what a London style dry gin is.
See the bottle.
Yeah, it is. It's existed forever. It's always been in my mind. I've seen it everywhere.
I've seen that bottle on our bar before. I've definitely seen that bottle before.
It's a gin. It's when people talk about gin, this is the gin that is in most people's minds.
And you're sure we didn't do that one this year, right?
I haven't bought it.
Okay.
I'm
Just
certain-
I've seen
I'm
that.
certain
I've
we
seen
haven't.
that bottle
No,
before.
I know you've seen that bottle before.
On our
You've
bar.
definitely seen Beefeater before.
Yeah.
Just because the Beefeater signs are everywhere.
Yeah.
And it used to be a big thing back in like the 70s and shit like that. But no, it's what it is. It exists.
Yeah.
And it's just like I remember to be. So it's a nice flat one. It's good. It's not great. It's what a traditional gin should taste like, not the cheap rot gut, bathtub gin.
Right.
That'll kick you in the fucking teeth. It's not as bad as like Gordon's.
Yeah.
Which is the bottom shelf shit. That's a London dry gin also. But it's not the super duper fancy, trying to do something different type stuff the way a lot of the other gins that I've had on this year are. So
Yeah,
that's
you're
good.
getting
That's
right to
bad.
the end of our year too when it comes to gins. I think
Yes.
you're doing. No, I don't think I think you're doing one more for Dusk Till Dawn.
We're doing that this year?
You're doing that. That's your last one of the year because you're not doing a Christmas episode.
Damn it! I thought it was fucking done.
I'll
You
put
got
together a
whacking
list
me
for you. I'll put. I'll make a list of your top gins. Okay. How you rank them?
I mean, right now, honestly, though, to me, even doing all these, I think the very first gin we did on the show is still one of my favorites. One of the nicest, easiest drinks.
Yeah, but that wasn't this year though. That's
I know,
the thing.
But the Drum Sambo Gunpowder.
I thought the black one, the black one with that we did for Alien.
That was nice, but it wasn't amazing. It was
okay.
compared to the Gunpowder gin, I don't think.
No, the gunpowder still
yeah.
remains the top. The second one that you brought, the orange one, was it the citrus one.
Yeah,
that one was okay, but it didn't touch the original.
No,
yeah.
So it's, but this is just like different bourbons, different whiskeys. They all have their own unique voice, unique style, and you can appreciate different parts of it, and you can find what makes you happy. And I my entire reason for picking gins for this season was just to give a spotlight to a type of liquor that we traditionally don't have, and I think I've been successful on that this season.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So far, so good.
yeah. So that's the first one. We'll go into the second gin around whenever we naturally find a point where we're starting to talk about the Savini remake.
Okay.
That's when we'll go ahead and we'll introduce now something completely different.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So that's the end of our first. Yep, I forgot that. Don't forget the end of our first segment. So we're gonna go ahead and take a break. We will be right back, and then we'll be getting to the verses of these two great movies right here. I'm really curious how this is gonna go. So we'll be right back, guys.
Hey, having a hard time trying to stay up, trying to record these podcasts late at night?
Or are you up late, working, driving trucks, working in the shop, trying to provide for that damn family of yours?
You need coffee.
Well, let us tell you about this one company we got right here. It's called Coffee Bros. Now, they got a very select blend of different roasts: light roast, medium, dark, espresso. Now, each one of these has its own flavor profile.
These two brothers from New York made this amazing company with an amazing coffee that you could order online.
So you just had the espresso roast.
Yes.
And did that thing wake you up?
I couldn't go back to sleep. Oh, man. It was smooth.
Nice.
It had that nice chocolate taste to it. You can just taste the chocolate.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't give you that bite like other coffees do.
Or bitter.
No, definitely not bitter at all. This is smooth, sweet, aromatic. This coffee here will absolutely wake you up when you need it to.
The coffee here is dedicated to freshness, quality, and consistency. Use the code BAF10 to get 10% off your entire order. The link for the website is in our show description. And I'm telling you guys, it's worth it. This coffee keeps you awake, especially for the late podcasting that we do.
Yeah, it's very much needed.
Try out Coffee Bros.
Coffee Bros!
All right, we are live. What's up, guys? We are back with BAF. So, Stu, I'm going to hand it off to you. Night of the Living Dead.
Okay. George Romero, the king of the zombie genre, gave birth to this screaming, bloody fucking baby and changed the game. All right. Almost everything we know as modern zombies is tied to this film directly.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. Even as much as The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They made in the first couple episodes, they made all of their extras, all of them watch the scene of the zombie in the graveyard. That's that walking, that gait that he had, saying, you cannot move any faster than him, than that guy right there. Because he was the first guy to really give it that gait, to give it that flair. They had other ones that he was inspired by. I think it was a Vincent Price film. Or I could be wrong, but I feel like it was a Vincent Price.
I know
film.
Bela Lugosi was also in a movie called Zombie.
It may have been a Bela Lugosi one. Maybe it was Bela
What's
Lugosi.
that one?
Yeah, it was Bela Lugosi. Zombie, where he walked with a very slow gait, and that's what this guy was trying to emulate, but he gave it a much more herky-jerky type feel to it.
Yeah.
Which we can all agree that's what modern zombies when we picture zombies, that's that movement that we're picturing.
right.
Unless you're talking about the Fast Boys, which that's a whole other
Zack Snyder's version. Yeah. Or Zack Snyder's version with
World
the
War
Dawn of the Dead
Z.
remake.
or
Things like that.
28 weeks.
Oh yeah, that's 28 days. Well, 28 days is not zombie. That's more of
There's
virus.
zombies. They're still fucking zombies, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be a fun episode.
It is.
Yeah, I know.
Episode.
Because I've never seen.
think
I've never
about
seen
it.
the sequel.
All right, well, since you brought that up, since you're saying it's not a virus, then this isn't a virus,
We don't know what this is.
right?
Just for the record, we do not know what this is for sure. They specifically left it open ended.
Wasn't there? What was there another movie that had a whole comet thing?
They brought scientists and or astrophysicists out to Washington, which that whole fucking scene right there is fucking stupid because here's the fucking reason why it's dumb. All right, you're saying that a third of the East Coast is basically being fucking plagued by zombies and shit, but yet DC is perfectly fine. DC is perfectly fine. The cars are running. There's nobody in panic there. There's no security involved anywhere and shit.
Maybe it just hadn't spread yet.
Oh, it's there, dude.
Yeah.
It's
So that was one
it's
thing
there
Romero
now.
did. He did paint that when him and his writing partner wrote the script. That was that kernel of the spaceship coming back, into Earth, and then radiation and stuff like that, potentially being the cause. But they specifically never say for sure, and that evolved from one of their early screenplays. They were just figuring they could just make a monster movie, and that's what the original title of the fucking film was when they were working on it, was just monster movie.
Yeah.
And for the cheap investors, they're like,
Yeah.
you guys give us some money, we'll make something. Horror movies make money. There we go. A equals B equals profit.
Yes.
All right. So they had an idea of teenage aliens coming to steal bodies out of a cemetery to cook. It's like that. So they're like, yeah, we can't afford to make a fucking spaceship, so we got to kind of change this around. Then it evolved from something very generic to what we see, to the point of they're still making stuff up and improvising as they were shooting.
Trying to think of Plan 9 from Outer Space. When
Yeah.
did that come out?
So they went ahead and they specifically have said that, that they go out of the way not to say why the zombies are happening.
Yeah.
And what their what the cause is. And I appreciate that, because that to me adds more of a, it doesn't need to know. We don't need to know what caused this.
I'm a little shocked.
No, you just need to know that it's happening.
Yeah.
I'm a little shocked that Plan 9 from Outer Space coming out in 1959. This came out in 1968. That had a little bit of the zombie thing also in there with the
Little bit.
which I'm surprised that was never brought up.
Cannibalism. Yeah, I know it's more of so like I said, this was an evolving thing. They started, this was shot over the span of 6 months, I want to say.
Yeah.
From
in Pennsylvania.
From July through January.
Yeah.
And so it was guerrilla style. It was, as they happened to have a little bit of money, and they happened to have some time, like, fuck it, let's go shoot this over here.
Yeah.
Almost everybody,
You could tell, too.
Yeah, almost everybody in there, almost all the extras, were either clients or friends or people that they knew, investors. It was all just very thrown together shit.
You want to be in a movie?
Yeah.
Give me some money.
Basically, their initial pitch was they thought they could make the film for $6,000.
Yeah, we need some zombie. We need some.
They got 10 people to invest $600 each. All right, this ain't enough money. Let's do it again.
I'm sure
Let's do it again.
I'm sure they paid.
All right, let's do it again.
I'm sure they paid double to the zombie chick showing her fucking ass and everything.
No.
Really?
Yeah, no, that was
Probably some hippie
it was all low end shit, to the point even one of the investors was a butcher who also was like, fuck it, have all these organs also. That's what they use for the thing, just to try to keep costs down.
Cool.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, let's fucking do it.
It worked. But you know what I love about this movie though is the black and white.
Yes. So
Mine was not in black and white.
Mine won't either.
You watched it in color?
Yes.
You watched one of those.
Yeah.
No.
You bastard.
Black
I've
and
seen
white.
the original in black and white.
But that's the best way to watch
this one, it only showed up in color.
Really?
Yeah.
Goo, what did you watch it in?
Black and white.
Okay, good.
Let you know on Max, if you have Max, it's there in black and white.
Yeah, I don't know.
I looked it up.
Watching it on Shudder.
Yeah.
If you watch Joe Bob Briggs, like The Last Drive-In, he does a beautiful job of just breaking down the movie and just giving the whole history behind it. Because you haven't mentioned this yet. It's public domain.
Yeah, I was going to get that. That's why. Now I was actually going to jump on the fact that they had these colorized versions that I could then jump on and talk about.
I didn't know there was a colorized version, but I wouldn't want to see it.
Multiple. There's
That ruins the movie.
There's one that was green tinted
it's not
zombies,
that
one that's gray tinted zombies. Yeah, there's multiple versions.
Okay, so with Romero zombies, because especially with Dawn of the Dead, what were the colors of the zombies in the colorized version?
In the original?
No, the colorized.
In the
Which
original
colorized?
movie.
The original, sorry,
Yes.
yeah. What were the color
Which
of the
colorized?
zombies?
That's the thing. There is multiple ones.
There's multiple different.
Yes.
Oh,
They're
so there's blue.
Normal.
Yeah, the one I saw, they looked. I don't know what you saw it on.
Because Romero, they're green, they're blue.
On where?
On Freevee is
Okay.
where I found it, and
I have a
the
Criterion
colors-
collection of it.
The colors were. You could tell it was colorized, but they were very mild colorization. It wasn't
So
like
probably the grayish.
maybe you can tell, but skin tones were still skin tones.
Well,
But
see,
it was,
that's
just,
the thing.
it was just extremely muted.
When it gets to Dawn of the
So
Dead, he
that's-
gets to like green and blue colors on the zombies. That's why I was wondering if they did that with the original.
No,
The
no,
makeup.
the colored version, the colorized version of the original, it was like the remake of it.
Okay.
That version, like I said, there's multiple colorized versions.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
know that.
yeah, so this entered public domain as soon as it hit theaters. It hit public domain. There was ripoffs of it immediately. People showing bootlegs of it immediately. So it was originally one of the final titles was Night of the Flesh Eaters. And the distribution company was like,
That's a B-rated title right
yeah,
there.
but they were worried. All right, shit, fuck. There's another movie called like
I thought it was Night of the
Revenge of the Flesh Eaters, something of the Flesh Eaters.
I thought it was Night
this
of the Anubis.
Huh? That was what he wrote it. A script title.
Because that's the work print edition. Because my Criterion actually has that.
That was they threw that back on out of honor to what his script was.
Okay.
So the distributor was like, "There's another movie, of the Flesh Eaters that could cause potential copyright issues. Let's change the fucking name. Change it to Night of the Living Dead." When they threw the new title on, they didn't put a copyright marker, which at that time was required to be protected. So because of a copyright issue that they were worried about, they changed the name and thereby forgot to put the copyright and fucked themselves. They fucked themselves up until they had no copyright on it until the 1990 remake. Until then, that's part of the big one of the big reasons. One of the big reasons that movie got made was to permanently lock down the rights because of all the bullshit that they had gone through because of this. So people were making rip-offs of the film and throwing it, and they had no legal recourse.
Yeah.
They were immediately doing a lot of the first rounds of Laserdisc, VHS, home movies, stuff like that were illegal, but they were legal, but they were rip-off copies of Night of the Living Dead because they didn't have to pay anybody for it. They just had to get their hands on a fucking print and then throw it up there. So you had multiple colorized versions that were all done by different people.
There was a one Night of the Living Dead in 3D with Sid Haig.
Yeah, but that was done afterwards.
Okay.
That was made afterwards.
Okay.
But the rights issues became so murky that they were fucked Romero. And then on top of that, this movie made $30 million. Romero and his company barely saw anything of that. They barely saw jack shit of that because this was his first big fucking deal movie. He didn't know fuck all about contracts.
No, the amusement park movie, though.
This was his first big fucking movie.
Okay.
He didn't know fuck all about contracts.
Oh.
And the distributors were like, yeah, sign here. Okay. They
That
made out like
fucking
bandits.
sucks.
All right, they made out like fucking bandits.
You gotta love George Romero though.
Yeah, and then this was also, funnily enough, one of the last movies released without a rating. This had no rating. This released in October.
Was it not rated or G?
Of 68?
So not rated.
No, not rated.
Not rated.
Okay.
And
That's why they got away with the
November
gore and
of
everything.
68
Is
is
when
when
they started
they
the ratings.
instituted ratings.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that Siskel, was it Siskel or was it Ebert? It was Ebert.
But it was Ebert.
Ebert had a fucking problem with. He's like, there's little kids. There's like 8-year-olds in here thinking it's like a normal fucking horror movie. Like, oh, Saturday, matinee schlock flick. All right. And being
people shot in the head,
people just gory, grotesque, horrible stuff,
eating intestines and everything.
And they had no idea. And he said it wasn't like, it started out where people were watching and like laughing and screaming at the zombies and ooh, ah. By the end of it, people were dead silent because of how fucking bad it made people feel. And he's
It's
like,
good. That's a good horror film.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
He's like, I enjoyed the film.
Yeah.
But it's fucked up that these little kids are getting to fucking see it. It's fucking wrong.
Isn't this movie also, because I think in the beginning of my Criterion collection, since it's in the historical.
Yep, it's protected
Yes, it
by
is.
my Uncle
Walter
Sam.
Reed Foundation.
Oh yes,
Assholes.
it's a different company. It's a different company.
They don't get that though. That's why it's so funny.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. The Walter Reed Distribution Company is the one who did this. Walter Reed, different Walter Reed, not Walter Reed.
Not
Uncle
Children's
Sam.
Hospital?
No,
No?
totally different fucking company. This Walter Reed's a piece of shit. All right, he's an asshole. All right, but he's one of the ones who screwed them over on distribution rights.
So on his fucking gravestone, his grave header, he doesn't even have this. He has his top 5 movies from the Walter Reed production crew, right? That's not even listed on there. Night of the Living Dead on his gravestone.
Really?
But an effing joke.
What are the movies that are listed?
It's the 5. It's garbage you never heard
They're
of
shit
before.
films. It's a shit distribution
So why
company.
wouldn't this movie be
shit
listed?
house?
Because they're stupid.
Yeah, because he.
There's no good answer. I don't know.
They fucked Romero and his company. All right. And they got to keep the money. They also don't want to kind of have the spotlight on him, but they fucked Romero and his company.
Yeah.
One of the biggest fucking horror films ever. One of the most profitable horror films that somehow was that profitable, not connected to any fucking copyright.
No, I think this movie is a landmark when it comes to horror. When you watch this movie, even back from 1968, it looked fucking great, and the black and white even made it better because it hid the faulty stuff and everything else. It actually made it more realistic, and I thought the zombies were great. I mean, everything about this movie was so good for its time, and it started that whole zombie genre. That started then with the Return of the Living Dead series, then the Night of the Living Dead, then the remakes, then the Night of the Creeps. You know, all these other zombie movies, but this to me will always remain the original OG. And when it comes to zombie.
Minus the one that they killed. The one they killed in the house that they're dragging out of the house.
You talking about the one with the fucked up face?
No.
Which one?
Fucked up face?
The one they saw at the top of the stairs.
No, not him.
Oh.
No. No, this is the one that they actually, the guy actually killed in the house.
Okay.
Because when they go to drag it out, it zooms in on the zombie's face and you see his eyes moving.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw
These
that.
aren't real fucking actors, okay? These aren't real fucking actors.
There was another faulties because the woman at the top of the stair, or the person at the top of the stairs, you see like the face is all like eaten up and stuff like that, and they pull the body. The face was completely fine when they were pulling the body. It was like
Those eyes were made with fucking ping pong balls.
but it didn't bother me.
It don't fucking matter.
No, it didn't bother me, but it was just like it's one of those things that you really have to focus.
Syrup. Okay.
That's good for black and white though. That looks realistic for black and white. So especially sprayed on the wall with the mother and the daughter. It was funny.
So let's start with a simple question. When did you each see the original Night of the Living
Not
Dead?
when it came out.
AMC.
Obviously.
AMC channel.
Okay.
Yeah, I time traveled.
You got a fucking time machine?
I wish.
You son of a
Still
bitch.
plutonium.
I saw this in the mid '90s on the AMC channel. I used to watch a lot of the movies like Tarzan and all the other movies that were on there. But Night of the Living Dead was on there. It was on a Halloween October month or something like that. So that's how I saw it. And I didn't think much of it as a kid. You know, I was like, black and white, you know, but I try to enjoy it. Now watching it as an adult, I fucking love it. Like, I think this is great because I respect movies a lot more than I did when I was younger. But yeah, that's when I saw it, mid-90s.
Tuesday.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
Really? Okay. Growing up. Go ahead. I'm a little fuck.
No.
I was pretty safe. Oh, fucker. Growing up, I was more into sci-fi. Huh? No, I didn't. I was more into sci-fi. I wasn't really into horror movies. I didn't really get into horror movies until Anna
Tuesday.
She loves Tuesday. No, but she loves horror movies, and so she's the one who's more introduced me into the horror genre.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I've seen the big ones. You know, Friday the 13th, Halloween's, all this stuff. Those, yeah. But some of this older stuff, I've never gone back and watched. And so, so literally, it was Tuesday when I watched this one.
Oh, wow.
The remake last night.
Very good.
So yeah, but no, and it just blew my mind on how well
it was for that time.
It was for that time.
Yeah.
Now, when Johnny died in the first one, it was like, he seemed kind of rubbery when he hit that tombstone, but
it's even worse than the newer one.
Yeah, you see his
actually, I think the original.
The original looked fuck ton better than
Savini's. Yes, I'm sorry. You could definitely tell there's a mannequin hitting the thing.
Yeah.
Good. How about you?
I definitely saw it as a teenager. I don't remember when, but I mean, I have much more appreciation for the film.
Yeah.
Like when Joe Bob shows it, I watch that movie every 6 months now. Just the appreciation I have for it, and just like he goes so much into like everything about the movie. Because a lot of podcasters, that's their first movie they do.
Yeah.
This public domain, and like they just hit it with that.
Yep.
So I watch that every 6 months just to hear him talk about it, the energy he has. I fucking love it.
Okay.
Very good.
Probably is either it was shortly after the remake came out. I saw it on TV, and I think it was during Halloween time.
Was it on like the AMC channel, or just, you don't really remember?
Dude, that was fucking 30-something years ago. Fuck.
I don't know. People can remember things.
Yeah, not my fucking brain. Yeah, I remember it was shortly after it came out on TV.
You call me old.
Yeah, but like my brain is your age. And I remember seeing it on TV and then watching the remake of it.
Yeah.
And shit. And it's great.
Yeah.
So mine, I was probably about 10 years old shortly after I stumbled across the 1990 Savini remake.
That's what brought you to horror. As you always say.
And that,
You always claim
that sent me off on a fucking mission.
That's why
and then I
was
found out
excited
the
about
remake.
this.
I'm like, well, let me see what the original is.
It's
Okay.
funny.
Very cool.
Funny we've been doing this podcast for 4 years, and
I've been
we're
talking about it
finally
since day
doing this
fucking one.
movie. I
I've been
know.
talking about the day one. No, it's and I'm trying not to fanboy out too much, just because I do love these films so much, and what these films have given me in my life.
The social
So,
commentary
I'm
and everything. All the films are what?
The what?
The social No. I'm not making fun of you the way you said it, because the social commentary, everybody loves to point out the social commentary.
Not in this one, but in the later series. Yeah.
Ish.
You don't think so? In Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead?
Those are more current, present. That's why.
Romero, I firmly believe he kind of fell into this speaking to people.
Yeah.
Speaking into the race, aspect of it around Martin Luther King's assassination. Speaking into the coverage of it. Oh, Vietnam's going on. Everybody kept seeing stuff in it that was not intended at all. None of this was fucking meant. Romero did not mean any of this shit to happen.
Oh, this scene's in it because he meant to have it in here because of this thing that just happened.
No, yeah, they asked him.
Yeah,
they asked him the way Ben died and stuff like that. Like, oh, was that a commentary on the Martin Luther King assassination? It's like, no, we had just fucking finished filming and wrapped and doing the editing, and And Martin Luther King died. Yeah, that just fuck, yeah, no, not at all.
So you don't believe any of this is any social commentary at all?
No,
none of even the future films.
But the future films that was his attempt to
okay,
maybe
that's what I'm
trying to build up on it.
Yeah,
maybe.
Like Day of the Dead.
Ron,
what's up?
So a lot of these people who were producers and all the executive producers and directors, they made commercials before they made this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So they were big into like making like that 30-second to minute spot. So yes, you see a lot of this stuff because they're trying to appeal to people, and it works. So that's what you get that sense of it. That's why it feels so powerful and relevant to you.
Yeah. Okay.
So Romero and his boys, there was 2 other guys. They had a company, a production company.
Yeah.
They did commercials. They did small little super low budget shit. They did scenes for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, including shooting
that's
his.
why.
Yes.
Including
Including shooting he had like a small little surgery or dentist visit or something like that.
Dentist, yeah.
That was George Romero right there. He even to the point that he wanted the main actress to be an actress that was from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, one of the regular people that's on the show, and Mr. Rogers was like, fuck no. No, you're not associating her with that.
With zombies? No.
No.
It's kind of a different different genre right there.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for Mr. Rogers, they were giving them the money to operate, by shooting normal stuff, they wouldn't have had the reel to be able to show people, hey, look, we actually aren't complete morons. We kind of have some experience. We know what we're fucking doing here. We have cameras. We got equipment that we bought.
Yeah.
Like, of course, a lot of them were shitty fucking black and white cameras when everything was being upgraded to color at the time. So they could, their own editing studio was only meant to edit TV stuff, which was 16 millimeter.
Yep.
But they didn't have 16 millimeter cameras.
They had the full screen.
The 38 millimeter. So then they had to shoot everything in 38, transfer it over to 16, do the editing. They didn't have enough money or enough time to do more than 1 or 2 takes. So basically what you see is what you got, which I give credit to Romero.
Yeah.
He knew he was on a fucking clock. So he had everything as planned out as he possibly could.
But you said the shoot was from summer to January?
Yeah. It lasted 6 months.
That's a long shoot. I figured this would have been a more shorter
because
shoot.
They only had money a little bit here, a little bit there. They just did it in their free time type situation. They
weren't shooting that entire 6 months.
Yeah. No, it just seems like a very long shoot for a movie like this.
Let's go to the graveyard this weekend.
Even the basement
that makes
scenes,
sense though.
Yeah,
it really does.
The basement scenes weren't shot in that house. That house didn't have basement.
Stage?
No, it was shot in their production company's basement, in their office's own basement. Yeah. They built a fake fucking door in that farmhouse that led to nowhere. All right, and because they wanted a basement, but all they had was some like little dirt cellar thing that wouldn't have worked at all. So like, all right, cool. Then we'll make everything happen in our production offices, save some fucking money there.
Hey, that works.
Shoot there. And that's where they end up storing a lot of the stuff afterwards, a lot of the original work prints, a lot of everything, all the original stuff, which all got lost during a fucking flood because it was stored in a fucking basement. Right, so
I remember hearing about that.
Was the fucking goddamn ruin. That's why we won't have any original OG shit. There's scenes that were cut out, including the
work print edition.
Yeah.
Because that's one I have. I've seen it's on the Criterion.
Yeah, you have parts of.
Yeah,
you have parts of.
No, it has the whole thing.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah, it's like
it doesn't have the whole thing.
It doesn't have the whole thing.
No, it does not have the whole thing. They lost a good amount of the original shit. All right, what you have, the Criterion Collection has, is the closest that they have to the original shit. They lost stuff that will never be fucking had again in that flood.
Okay, I got to look at it because it's Night of the Anubis, I think it's called.
No, that's titled that during the Criterion thing. They made it, yeah, and the editing. They just made it look
okay,
like that. No, there's a lot of shit that is lost forever. There's a hard cut scene when they're having a discussion in the basement. There's a very fucking hard cut when there's no other hard cuts in the fucking film. That if you're looking for it, there's a reason that the hard cut exists is because the distributor said basically it was like an 8-minute exposition, during whole thing in the basement, and they're like, "Yep, too fucking long, lose some shit." So he's like,
snip.
Yep, snip, snip, there we go, boom. So even though he starts out talking from one direction, and all of a sudden he's over here, hard cut, and it's like, yeah, fuck it, let's let it fucking roll. Don't matter. And then there was a couple of the smaller scenes, there were some more graphic scenes that ended up getting cut.
But for the time that this came out, this movie was graphic for the time. I mean, seeing them tear up the the intestines and everything else and chewing on things,
which most of the
parts.
time was real fucking organs.
Yeah, of animals
covered in chocolate sauce.
They got to make it tasty somehow.
Yeah. No, they weren't even trying to make it tasty.
They were raw too.
They were saying, except for after.
Yeah, that's why the chocolate to make it tasty.
Yeah, after the fire. After the fire, they had some roasted ham in there. It was burned meat, covered in chocolate sauce. All right. Why?
Lunch is
That's
served.
the way it was. That's funny.
Hey, had to save money somewhere. Craft services couldn't be afforded.
Yeah, of course.
So they shoot this on and off, with buddies and stuff like that. George Romero has a partial script, maybe halfway done. His writing partner, Romero, has to go off and shoot some stuff for another company and stuff like that. Just do some work, just to actually make some fucking money.
Yeah.
His writing partner writes the other half of the film. Romero comes back. He likes a lot of it. They tweak it, and change the ending around a little bit, make it so it's more of a downer ending because it ended more traditional, happy ending, and they're like, "Yep, no."
Because this one nobody survives.
Yeah,
no.
And so Columbia Pictures was going to be a distributor, but they said specifically, make it a fucking happy ending, and yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll do it, and also throw a little bit more romance in there. All right, yeah, exactly. George was like,
well, with Ben and what's her name? Barbara.
Yeah,
I mean,
so I'm glad he slapped the shit out of her.
That was great. Oh yeah, it was great. Yeah, she was worthless.
Fuck.
So that's not how she was written originally. She wasn't written to be
the worthless.
She was written to be more like the Barbara
in the remake.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then that actress who was a friend of Romero's and the production team, she came in and played a very, wilted flower, type character, and they thought that she did well since they couldn't get the chick from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood that they wanted. Like, all right, well,
so
give it to her.
She was supposed to be Barbara, the girl from Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's like Ben wasn't written with a particular race in mind. They just went ahead and wrote the original Ben was supposed to be a truck driver who kind of was able to fucking get shit done, figure stuff out, make do in bad situations. Then Dwayne goes ahead.
Jones.
Yeah, he auditions, and they love the way he did it. And they're like, all right, yeah, it's yours now. They didn't change any of the character based on how they originally wrote it, just because they now have to have a black man.
Yeah,
all right,
that's fucking good.
It was Dwayne who came and said, "Listen, let's stop making him so middle of the road, so truck driver, so that let's
rigid.
Yeah, let's make him more educated sounding, more put together and stuff like that." And George and them were like, "Yeah, cool, yeah, do it."
He looked like he basically like a businessman or something.
Yeah, like yeah, absolutely. You take the lead. You be more, the man. All right, and that's what they did.
Dwayne did a great job as Ben.
Amazing.
He's my favorite part of the movie. Actually, I thought just like when we get to the next one, but he did a very good job, and I was very happy with the casting. I don't know if he's in any other movies other than that. Have you seen him in any?
He did a couple ones. He was mostly did a lot of plays, a lot of live plays.
Well, he did a good job.
So he and even the guy who played blanking on the name, the asshole downstairs.
Hold on,
Mr. Cooper.
Mr. Cooper. There you
Mr.
go.
Cooper, and that was played by Carl Hardman.
Yep, another guy who did mostly play work and stuff like that, that small stuff. And then everybody fucking hated him. And people asked him, all right, so what do you feel that everybody hates you? Everybody hates you. All right. And they were glad when you died. You're like, I did a good job acting.
He played a good asshole.
That's not me at all.
He played a great asshole.
You know the shitty part about that is that people do not know how to distinguish the difference.
Yeah.
Between the character that they play and their true self.
Yeah. Because
some people
even
hate
now,
mail.
even nowadays, like actors who do a phenomenal job being complete assholes in a film.
They get a lot of shit from people.
They literally could be the nicest person around, but everybody hates them for that fucking role.
Yep.
And they don't know how to distinguish between the real you and fucking movie you.
Yep. Joffrey from Game of Thrones. That's
fuck that little bitch, dude.
Yeah,
fuck him in the show. Fuck him in real life.
Yeah.
All right. I don't care.
There's other actors that have played like the most. They were great at what they did, and that was the whole point. Yes. I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Draco.
Yeah. But that's all anybody will ever recognize him. Like, here, what the
that's
fuck
because
he's a little fucking douchebag.
Well, most of them, except for Radcliffe, aren't acting.
Yeah.
And shit. They all stopped. Like they did
Malfoy,
one
the
or
guy
two
who played
movies
Malfoy
and
played
then plays.
in the Flash TV show.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But they tried.
They stopped from movies
Yeah.
and went into like TV and plays.
Yeah.
And fucking a couple others just stopped altogether.
Now, I think the only way you can get we're just focusing on the children side of it right there. The only way you can move on as a child actor is if while you're a child you're also doing big movies like that and you're showing others otherwise, or you have to take a handful of years off in between, get people to kind of forget what you look like for a second.
Yeah. Right.
And then people are like, oh yeah, I remember him from that. They have to go that route, or they have to immediately start fucking be doing shit outside of the TV show that they're in.
It's
Otherwise,
like John
they're
Krasinski in The Office.
Yeah.
Like going from The Office to Jack Ryan. He had to grow a beard out.
Yeah, he had to take his fucking time. And then he just like, fuck it, I'm going
marry
goddamn.
Emily Blunt, so
yeah,
you know,
I'm going directing
that
now.
kind of helped.
And I'm making Quiet Place.
Yeah, Dwayne Jones was only in,
right.
Dwayne Jones was only in 8 movies.
That feels right. Yeah.
The last one was Fright House in 1989.
Fright House.
Oh wow!
And I guarantee the ones that came afterwards were more cast because of he was in fucking Night of the Living Dead. Goddamn.
So they want to put him in another horror movie. Yeah. Well, when you think about it, Tony Todd, same way.
Yeah.
Well, and the remake, I mean, that was one of the only movies Tony Todd ever had primary billing.
He didn't have primary billing in Candyman.
I don't think he had first. Did he have first billing?
But Candyman was. I
believe so.
I think Candyman might have been after.
What I saw is it was one of the only movies that he had first billing in. Was in the Savini.
I think Candyman might have came out afterwards, so I might be wrong.
I mean, Candyman definitely came out afterwards.
92.
It was okay. The first one was 92. Okay, I don't know of anything other than that. He was in Final. That was after. That's like 95.
That first top billing for that was Virginia Madsen.
Oh, for Candyman.
Yeah, he's listed as third.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. But Tony Todd, I mean, if it wasn't for the Savini remake, Tony Todd, I don't think would have gotten the chance.
Tony Todd was
possibly not.
He was perfect casting. Yeah. Perfect. And even for Cooper, too. That actor, I've seen him. Shit, he's in a lot of other fucking movies. In House of Thousand Corpses as the sheriff, but he was in Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. He's in a lot of movies, and he was perfect as Cooper. He played a great asshole. They both did well. So the casting they did on the Tom Savini remake was like legit perfect. Even Barbara, just being a completely different version of Barbara.
The version that she was
the original version.
Yeah. That version was a whole lot better.
Yeah.
But see, in the original though, it fit for the time frame.
Yeah, it fit for that character that she was playing.
Yeah.
It made sense. She was portraying a mental fucking break.
Yeah.
Her brain. She was in shock
because of Johnny.
Her rubberized brother died.
Yeah. I mean, she just lost her fucking shit.
Yeah.
Well, you used to really be scared here.
Johnny.
You're still afraid.
Stop it now. I mean it.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're acting like a child.
They're coming for you. Look, there comes one of them now.
He'll hear you.
Here he comes now.
Little did he
I'm
know.
getting out of here.
They played so well.
That zombie that they did that was going against the window, and kept hitting the window, great. And I love the score too.
That was all from other movies.
Really?
Yep. That was all from other movies. They bought they licensed the rights to do it for like $1,500 from another movie house, something like that had that in their catalog.
Yeah.
And then they just cut it and re-edited it to fit what they had.
You ever watch this movie with the new score by Brad Peterson?
No.
It's like a whole modern type of score where it's like a heartbeat and it's like really modern, but it goes with the original Night of the Living Dead. It's a different take on it. It makes it so weird, but it works. Where it's a constant heartbeat and it's like boom, 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 like, and it's just like a more like a deeper tone. It's worth the watch. Just try it and listen. It's on YouTube actually. You can watch it on YouTube. But it's a different type of score. But they actually redid a whole score. It was made in like the mid 2000s or something like that. But the score on this, I did not realize it was from other movies.
Yep.
That's crazy. I mean, with the low budget that they had.
Yeah, they just made do with wherever they could. They didn't have money to fucking pay somebody to make music for them. No. They just fucking, were borrowing, stealing, whatever they could get their hands on.
Yeah.
Shooting stuff when, places they shouldn't have been. Even the house that they shot in was actually a house that was getting ready to be fucking torn down.
Well, that works.
I could see that.
Yeah.
That works.
So they're like, yeah, I'm going to fucking tear this like it's down. Well, hold on. Hear us out. What if we give you money and then we clean it up?
We'll tear the house down for you.
After we tear it down, we also clean it up and get rid of the shit. Yeah. Okay. Bet. Didn't have no running water.
Really?
Yeah. Crew members there.
No air conditioning.
Would sleep there sometimes. Have to go bathe in the creek.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. First room they cleaned up to make it look habitable was the kitchen because they're like, we got to also have a place to feed people. So let's just do that.
I could see also the crew. Yeah. I could see the crew also partying and have a good time, and they would use that as the footage when they were having like the cookouts and everything when they were hunting the zombies. I could see that just the crew doing that. And George Romero, we're gonna fucking use this in the movie and film it.
He was. They were making do with anything that they could get their fucking hands on.
Yeah.
The car that got wrecked was the makeup artist chick. That was her car. It got hit. No, I'm sorry. No, that wasn't her car. I apologize. That was her mother's car, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Okay.
And it got hit during one of the filmings, so they had to only be able to film it from a certain angle afterwards in order to make sure everything matched up.
That's so sad.
And that why they made it run into the trees. They wanted to be able to show
they had to redo it.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Yes.
Damn it.
Now, let me ask you a question about this movie. What is this
and
movie?
She was also, the makeup artist was also the zombie who was, the chick zombie who was up there eating the bug off the tree. That was her.
That was her?
That was her.
Did she actually eat?
Yeah, the one who had the most makeup of all of them. She's like, hey, I'm going to be in the film. I'm going to make myself look the fucking weirdest.
What other movies do you think other movies copy the trope of this movie that you see that has to do with any zombies?
There's plenty of films that follow this sort of
Aliens,
almost documentary style filmmaking. It's almost documentary style.
No, like also basically locking yourself up, putting yourself in one spot where everything is against you. Signs, aliens, and stuff like that.
Do you know what inspired what inspired
this
film? what book inspired this film that would later on become a movie. And also the writer of the book fucking hated this movie.
What?
Anybody?
I have no idea. It's not Stephen King, is it?
Huh? No.
Okay. Goot, you know?
Ah.
You just looked it up, didn't it?
Really?
Yeah. I Am Legend.
Really? No shit. That's
Per
kind of
Romero.
fucking interesting.
I Am Legend is...
It was a book.
It's a book.
Yeah, I know.
Written in the 50s. He said it's
About one man?
severely inspired him. And what he did, he took that idea of these world-ending creatures, you know, even though they're vampire zombie-ish in the book.
Yeah.
He's like, it focused on more society afterwards. He's like, let's see what it's like at the beginning. And so that's what he did. And the fucking writer of the book, when he heard that, he's like, that's horse shit. It was a bunch of crap. Fuck that movie. he got so mad that his name was associated with
that's funny.
Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Matheson.
Yeah, he got pissy.
Jeez. Fucking bitter bitch.
Another scene that they changed around that they thought was too fucking dark. So Mr. Cooper, his wife, his daughter in the basement. Daughter, of course.
Turns into a zombie. Gets
Turns into
bit.
a zombie.
Yeah.
Bad, sad stuff happens. Cooper gets redemption, or tries to get redemption by, after he gets fucked up, basically dragging his dying ass to go to die with his daughter. You know, trying to throw a little bit of humanity.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you see her eating him and killing the wife with that awesome fucking
spade.
That was awesome. Awesome.
Blood splurting on the the wall. Yep.
In the original script, you'd come downstairs and you'd see Mr. Cooper eating his daughter. And they're like, yeah, that's too fucked up. That's too fucked up. Right there, a father eating his own child.
How, though?
Because it was implying that she was still alive. She hadn't turned. He turned. And then was eating her. Okay. So it was setting it all up.
Did they film it? Huh?
Gotcha.
Did they film it, or did it just never get filmed?
Yeah, it was
so that
filmed,
was one of the
and they're
lost
like, yeah,
scenes.
let's cut, reshoot. This is a little too fucked up, a little too dark.
Yeah.
And which I
could understand.
Did they ever film a happy ending? Because you said that they meant
no. Columbia said we'll distribute it and give you a real deal contract and shit like that, but you got to make it more people pleasing.
Okay, so, I didn't know if they filmed an ending where somebody
nope.
survived.
No. And the reason, basically the real reason they fucking said no is they didn't have money to do reshoots. So Romero and them, this was all just a straight cash grab.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It's, you know, you take as little money as possible, make a horror film, you make money. You almost have to try to fail on purpose to not make money with a horror film, especially at that time.
I think the ending of this was, even though it was like, everybody died, seeing Ben get killed, it was like, man, that sucks. Because, he dies in the remake too, but in a completely different way. I actually like that version of him dying better.
Yeah, but you really don't see him die, though.
No, you see him just laughing and just basically like, my life is over with. I might as well just laugh it off, have a cigarette, and enjoy the rest of my
I meant in the original.
No, I thought you saw him get shot in the original from one of the...
Yeah.
No, you do from a distance. Yeah.
But it's still seeing it. I mean,
it's a silhouette.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's put down.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
No, once he's shot, don't they go and show him in the house on the floor with the gunshot to his head?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they don't show him getting the gunshot to the head.
No, it's just a silhouette.
Him falling. Yeah. Well, they see the gunshot from a distance shot, but then they go to him down on the floor with the gunshot to his head.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then I believe this is one of the first films to use squibs. One of the first ones. There are a few
condoms.
Like in Italy in the 50s, they were able to trace back and stuff like that, but almost nobody realistically was using squibs at the time.
Use a trauma way with condoms.
And
trauma.
So people saw this, they're like, "Oh, this is amazing. How did they do that?" tiny little bang bangs.
But this movie was violent.
And they're horrible shots.
They are.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
Although Ben did slap her around, it really felt like those were real slaps at some point.
Good,
There was a
the bitch
couple
fucking
fake ones.
deserved it.
Well, no, yeah, I know, but for the acting, yeah,
She was fucking horrible. She was.
no, I agree. I'm saying in the film,
no, she was pointless.
No, she definitely deserved him. I mean, and then Ben was great.
What were you saying, Goop?
So I have a question for you guys.
Yes.
So Creep Show does an amazing job. They bring this back. Greg Nicotino directed this episode where Justin Long, he built like a virtual reality machine.
Oof.
Where you can go into movies.
Yeah.
So the ending is his wife puts him in this scene where the ending where all the zombies come in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Would you guys go to this movie in virtual reality?
Yeah.
Oh, do I have to play? How close to the original script do I have to stay?
You're your own character.
So I can be my own character.
But you're in the house with all the zombies?
I have my own freedom to...
Yes. Explore and do what you want.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
I would do that.
am.
Yes. Yes.
Hell yes.
Yes.
I would love to have a fucking 2x4 with some nails on the end and just go through the house and start whacking.
Just start whacking.
Not with that shoulder.
Whacking at the
Just start
zombies.
whacking, right? You're going to be whacking on the zombies?
He's going to be beating his wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He's going to be swinging his fucking wood.
Whacking on the zombies or whacking off the
Whacking
zombies?
on the... Ow, fuck. Whacking on the zombies.
He's going to be whacking on zombies.
Yeah.
Yep. Whacking off.
Boop.
You've been whacking
Yeah.
off.
Whacking off.
That's the
thanks, Goop.
bootleg version.
Why is everything covered in... That ain't chocolate sauce. Is that vanilla sauce somehow? What is that? Oh, it's so sticky.
I'm not jerking off with zombies.
Who's eating the yogurt?
God damn it, Ron. You fucking weirdo.
Oh, shit.
All right. No, that's a good question. Yeah, I would, as long as I'm not stuck by the
Same constraints as the character itself.
Yeah. That'd be a fun place.
By the script.
Yeah, I would. I mean, that would decimate those zombies.
What do you think about these zombies? Is
Decimate
that-
them.
When you think about these zombies, you can walk right past them, and all you got to do is just push them off.
I mean, in the remake, Barbara did just
She
that.
did just that.
Yeah,
Said it multiple times.
You know, she even said we can walk right past them, and she was even with this fucking chick with a dowel in her arms and everything else, and she was like just going around, and she's just laughing, and then she just. Yeah, I mean, they're very easy to get around, although when it gets to Dawn of the Dead, then you start seeing zombies climb ladders. I never thought that would happen.
I do say I think the zombies being able to use tools
I
the
like
way
when
they
they
did
did that.
in the original, and they kind of like said, no, never mind, let's make them more stupid as they fucking evolve in the other films. All right, like, wait.
They evolve more in Land
what?
of the Dead is when they start actually using weapons.
But no, you
bomb.
see, I mean, you see them using fucking bricks to, and stones to break into shit.
Yeah.
they're that fucking smart. Those are scarier zombies to me, the ones that actually can fucking put together a plan.
Yeah.
As opposed to the,
just
like
walking into a
the
wall.
fast ones.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the fast ones are scary
Yes.
in themselves because, like, especially in like World War Z, right? Like nobody is going to outrun them.
No.
Like for some
Especially when
reason,
you're having like a
for
fucking
some
army
reason,
of them falling down.
those sons of bitches are faster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, which makes no goddamn sense. They're like fucking every single one is like Usain Bolt.
The only thing I can think of in those ones,
unless the momentum of them all rolling together is pushing forward.
And then also you got
using each other to
if
climb.
all of them are dropping basically full adrenaline shots in the muscles. All right, they're pushing their muscles to their maximum fucking limits.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to. They're not like regular human beings where our body stops us to prevent us from killing
like
ourselves.
falling.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's probably what's truly animating them is just pure adrenaline.
Yeah.
That's probably the only thing that is animating them, and that's how they get that speed.
Yeah.
So.
I prefer the slower zombies, though. I mean, I know the faster zombies are more
shit,
terrifying.
I think everybody would.
Honestly. But I don't know. I just the Romero zombies is what I grew up on, and I enjoyed that. The slower zombie, that's what a zombie is to me. The fast zombies,
I think that's what everyone grew up on are the slower versions that we see in these two films.
if we had Chase here, that'd be completely different. So
maybe not. You never know.
yeah.
So one last question before, unless anybody else has anything else, any other stuff they want to go.
I just
into
want to say,
about this.
like again, the movie has to be watched in black and white, like we talked about earlier.
It makes it sharp, makes it definitely feel.
I'll definitely have to go back and watch it in black and white.
It's much better in black and white.
Yeah.
It's one of the, like I said, there's some black and white movies that
you feel a lot different about it.
Yeah.
And it does give you that wartime documentary type feel.
Yes.
So, you got any other questions before I post my last one about this one?
No, I think we hit this on the head. It's a good job.
All right. So you have two big personalities in this film. You got Ben, and you got Mr. Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mr. Cooper feels that the cellar is a safe spot. Go down, block the door, block the entrance.
Yeah.
Just wait it out. All right. Ben is like, nope. Fucking, we need to be up here and have multiple, exit points if need be. And that there's major contention between the two and major different schools of thought, including both of them going to the other places at the end and it basically fucking them up. So which one do you think in that type situation is the right answer?
Oh, the top one. Ben.
You're very, very quick there. All right.
I'm sorry. But being in the basement, Ben has a point. You're stuck in the basement. Once they get past the door, you're in a dead end. You can't go anywhere.
Well, no, but okay.
But
if you're in the basement, what is attracting the zombies to the house?
Noise.
It's the noise. It's the activity that's going on in the house. If you're down in the basement, they're not sensing that activity in that noise. They're just going to go past the house.
Because also, when that house got completely fucking invaded, all right, completely fucking invaded,
they didn't get in the basement.
Yeah. Where did Ben go? Where did Ben hide out? Where did Ben come up from at the end?
The top floor.
It was just like, hey, everybody.
I know, but why didn't they go
and
in
they
the
get shot in the face?
But why didn't they go in the attic?
Huh?
That's the one thing I was always curious why they didn't go in the attic, because Cooper goes in the attic in the remake, of course. But why didn't they do that in
the attic, to me, in my mind, is technically a less of a safe spot, just because if they do damage the walls and stuff like that, you got that potentially coming down. Now, you could still potentially have the basement come down, the floor of the basement, come down on you. But to me, that's less
all the weight of all those zombies in the house.
The flooring,
it held up, didn't it?
The framing and flooring for the main level above the basement is
It's usually a lot stronger.
It is.
So,
but again, why would you have that many in the house if you're in the basement and they can't hear you and see you? They're going to go past.
This is what I have to say is because still in the basement, there's still a chance that you're still at a dead end. At least at the top floor, you have a chance that if they do get in, you escape your window and you fucking run away.
You also have in the basement, you have a kill zone. All right, if you know where they're coming in, all right, so you can put all your defenses right there.
Yeah,
right,
but
they're not coming in from anywhere else.
Yeah, but at some point you can run out of your defenses.
That's the thing. I still think that's
why
being on the top floor.
If your choice is to wait it out, all right, you either wait it out in the basement or you wait it out in the upper levels.
Yeah,
I stand by my answer.
If your choice is to wait it out, then
I honestly think they're both right in this instance. One, Ben for wanting to secure all the doors and windows.
Yeah,
right.
All right. Now, with that being said, what you should do is put up knowing that. But see, Ben in both movies didn't really know that, like, the banging and the noise was attracting him.
Yeah.
So put up the minimalist amount of fucking battle boards that you can get on there. All right. And then grab whatever supplies you need and lock yourself in the basement. But the door in the first movie was a fuck ton better than the door in the second movie.
Yes.
Because the door in the first movie opened going one way, all right, going outward. So they're not able to push in. The door in the second movie went inward.
They can push in.
So you get enough of them.
Yeah.
You know, there enough pressure in there. They're gonna,
because they're constantly
fucking
banging
break
against
through.
that door. It's gonna wake the frame, and then they're gonna fucking bust in.
Yeah.
that's if they know that for a fact you're there.
So your answer is
All
both.
right. I mean,
Huh?
Your answer is both?
Yeah. I think they're both right, but ultimately, though, safest place is the basement.
Goot?
I'm picking the basement. That's the smarter place to start out because you can go to the top if you need to, but if you have that door secure the way they do it, you have a safe spot. You have your kids down there. If you have kids, if you're by yourself, like kids, they can make noise downstairs. It won't draw any attention. You go upstairs to get food, whatever, the refrigerator, if his power's still working or not. Get a lay of the landscape, see what's happening outside or TV. So yeah, the basement's the first safest spot to be at first.
So that's the thing about the TV is that there's no signal downstairs with the basement. Well, at least in the second movie. In the first movie, that wasn't a thing. But okay, you got the basement, Adam. I'm still sticking to the top, to the floor.
Well, so if we're talking just first movie, I would say the basement. Ultimately, to me, I think they should have gotten out of there a whole lot sooner before the numbers got there.
Yes,
that was ultimately
that is their the winner.
Downfall.
That's the winner choice.
Yes,
they
got they allowed the numbers. Yeah. They allowed the numbers to get too great for them to be able to defeat them.
Well, them banging all the hammering and stuff like that was attracting all the zombies.
Exactly. So, but if they gone down to the basement, they wouldn't have attracted the zombies. So, if we're just talking first movie, the basement is the ultimate choice because if you got down there soon enough, you wouldn't have attracted all those zombies. They would have just walked past the house.
Mm-hmm.
There was no reason for them to go into the house.
Right.
So it's not. I mean, to me, it doesn't look like the zombies had thought.
They didn't.
It was instinct.
Yeah.
And the only thing that instinctively drew them is sound.
I beg to differ on that. I beg to differ on their thoughts.
Okay.
Because in the opening fucking scene, all right, the one zombie, he had the thought process to grab that fucking rock and bash in that window.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. Those zombies right there. Yeah. In the original,
and the had a little bit remake
of ideas.
Yeah.
And that's what made them a little bit scarier to me. Even in the remake, I feel like it was less. They went with less thinking zombies.
Yeah.
No, they did. But the opening scene,
yes,
that particular zombie there, like he had he's supposed to be a brain dead zombie, but he still had the mental fortitude to realize that.
Oh, and Romero got hurt in that scene, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Were they in the car?
Yep. When he was in the car,
they crashed it.
No. When he was banging on the window, to bust the window in, he was in the camera, filming that scene. He was the one, there filming it.
Yeah.
The guys came and cut him up when it busted.
Yeah. Hey, well, that's guerrilla filmmaking right there. You're gonna get hurt. So,
I did like how the Johnny in both films were very fucking similar.
Yes,
similar.
Bill Moseley was perfect.
In look and voice and sound and everything.
Oh yeah,
mother.
Yeah. And I feel that Johnny deserved to die because of the driving gloves. I'm sorry. That was always a problem I had. Always. Well, I'm just like,
what was your answer?
Such a douchey basement.
It is.
Okay. It's such a douche move right there. Putting on fucking driving gloves. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was actually just watching the final Grand Tour. Which it's random, I know. But God, why am I blanking on his name? The James May. So he has a special steering wheel. I'm not going to say of what or anything, but they had special metal steering wheel, and they're in Africa. And it starts heating up. He's like, I'm going to do something I have never done before in all my life. I'm going to put on driving gloves. Well, why? Because it's burning my hands. Like, that is a legit reason to have driving gloves.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you, you old motherfucker. Even you thought driving gloves were fucking goddamn corny. All right.
You're either burning your hands or your hands are freezing.
Yes.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think we covered a lot of this first one. I know we're not make references to it as we start talking about the second one. But before we get into the second one, we have
let's go ahead and take a break real quick.
Hey, fuck your break, man.
You want to take a break? You're an asshole. Anyways, guys, we're gonna be right back. Later, guys.
Hey there, it's the Barrel Age Chicks. I'm Sammy.
I'm Snow.
I'm Crystal, often called Mouse, and I'm here too.
And then we also have Yen and Harley, who sadly are not with us, but that's okay. We're here to talk to you about our podcast. Woo! Tune in because it's a lot of fun, and you get to hear the chick side of things.
You're gonna BS about movies and drinking and life and momming.
Lots
and we're
of
good.
laughing. Lots of laughing.
I laugh, but it's great.
Yes.
We have finished our first season.
And we're starting our second season.
Woo!
Good Lord.
2024, here we come.
I know, enjoy it. Join us on all of the platforms.
Hear them talk and me listen.
You talk.
You can find us on Instagram and Facebook.
Pretty much anywhere you can hear voices on a phone.
And yeah, so give us a follow, check us out.
Watch us give Ron aneurysms.
It's the best part.
And thanks for listening. We will talk to you soon.
You did good.
I'm the dad.
He did a good one.
I think you did a great job.
I love the AI just doing it for him.
It's a good little musical. All right, here we go. Going live.
Musical.
Huh? It
What's
is.
wrong with you?
Popeyes is a musical.
It's not a musical.
Yes, it is.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
I guess you haven't seen the movie.
Popeye is not a musical.
The Popeye movie is a musical.
It's not a musical.
Rest in peace, Shelley Duvall.
Yeah, she was in there. And also...
Horrible.
I like the way they think rest in peace.
Horse.
Shelley Duvall.
What about fucking Robin Williams?
Robin Williams. Fuck him. Fuck Robin Williams.
How about Pluto?
Fuck, man.
Didn't Pluto die too?
Damn.
Pluto?
The guy who played Pluto.
Bluto.
Pluto.
I thought it was Pluto.
No, Pluto's a dog.
Pluto's
in
a
Disney.
fucking dog.
I always thought it was Pluto even for him on Popeye.
No, it's Bluto.
It's Bluto.
Oh, shit. Well, I feel like a dumbass right there. I did not know that. Anyways, get to the
You
movie.
should.
Yeah.
How many times a day do you feel that way?
I don't know, Goot.
How many times a day do
You never show it. God damn it.
Okay.
Pluto.
Fucking Bluto, dude. Pluto's a goddamn dog.
Are you looking it up to see if we're wrong?
No.
Yes, he is.
I can't believe it's
Yes,
Pluto.
he is.
Is that honesty right there?
Yes, it is.
Yes, I am looking it up, and I'm just trying to.
You just said no.
You said no.
And
I asked you a point blank question. If you're doing it, you're like, no. And now you're like, I'm just looking it up.
there you go.
So you lied.
Well, I get the first punishment shot in the episode. All right.
It's fitting. They're coming to get you,
Pluto.
Barbara.
The fuck?
I seriously thought it was.
Your punishment shot.
Oh, fuck. Fuck you, Goot.
Thank you for the honesty pool there, Goot. I appreciate that.
I believe in honesty.
Yeah. Come on now. Any day now.
I don't know where it's at. The girls probably took it when they meant to.
Uh-oh, I'm not being prepared.
Oh, it's right there.
Almost got again.
Get him, Goot.
He's on fire today. Love it. What's the
You
zombie?
just got to take a big swig. Since that's like your backup bottle.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm almost out of this stuff, but you guys got to make me that new stuff because, or Snow needs to make me more of the vodka because I'm out of that shit, the Kool-Aid shit. This is like, oh my god.
Oh, since when?
Since last couple episodes.
Oh, dude. I mean, you have not said anything.
No, we said in the last couple episodes, yo, I got to make another one. I'm still waiting for it.
I don't remember you saying that at all. Okay.
Neither do I.
You weren't here.
Okay.
Oh god.
Well, you know what? Let her know.
There you go.
Have you learned your lesson?
I've learned my lesson.
No, you
Play
have
this
not.
fucking clip.
It's Pluto.
Is what?
It's what?
Pluto.
There we go.
I heard Pluto too.
Yeah, so did I.
Jesus, you're weird.
Was it
Let's
3?
just get through this, can we please? Just get it over with.
Oh, that was 3?
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Fucking called yourself out.
For the love of God, Johnny.
They're horny, Barbara. They've been dead a long time. Look, there's one of them now. He wants you. He's getting closer. dangerously close.
Stop it, John. He's going to hear you.
It doesn't matter. He knows we're here. It's too late now. There's no escape. No, Mother!
You bastard.
Bastard.
Johnny!
I'm sorry. Very sorry. Hey. I'm sorry.
Hey, man, are you okay? Is there something we can do to help? It's weird, huh?
Now that zombie was more of a modern zombie than compared to the original zombie, and him falling on that gravestone was a little rough. That was a little rough mannequin, Ken doll mannequin type of thing.
That's Tom Savini, baby.
It's a mannequin foo.
Look, it's a little bit better than the original.
I think it's worse than the original.
I said a little. I said a little.
I think it's worse than the original.
Really?
I do.
100%. Same
Yeah.
here.
It's very
See, at least
noticeable.
this one here, you see the original. You just see him like that horrible fucking fight scene between him and the zombie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And shit. And then you just see him lying on the ground with no blood or cut on him.
No, there was.
Was there?
There was.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it then.
No, it was there.
He was very like skeletal. Well, he had like a lot of makeup on him and everything
No,
else.
no,
but-
no, Johnny.
No. Yeah, no. He what he's talking about is the first Johnny. After he got fell.
Oh, yeah, there's
that.
blood.
Yeah,
I
there's
didn't
blood.
see it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. No, it was this side.
And this one was just, like I said, like a mannequin with the glasses. It was very slow motion too. Like I don't know. For Tom Savini, I was like, really?
Yes.
But I guess it was him directing it, so it was his special effects guys.
Yeah.
Everything else. So I don't know. Why couldn't they have Bill Moseley fall in a foam?
He could have looked at him and says, "Come on, guys, do better."
Yeah, that's only one fault in this movie that I mean, there's other faults.
That
in
was
this,
the
but
only fault.
Only fault?
The only fault. The only.
It was
fault
the really
of this
thing that
entire
bothered me. Everything else was fine. That
Okay.
was the only thing that really bothered me. I was like, that's rough.
Okay.
I mean, shit. I mean, you think of the Return of the Living Dead 3 movie. I mean, there's so many faults in that. I love that movie. I have a fucking poster of it, man. She's great.
It's a good one.
I love it. That's my next Halloween next year.
All right. So we're now. Go ahead.
Hold on.
That is my next Halloween.
I do want to bring attention to something though. Okay. You said you even called yourself out during
For what?
that scene.
What?
No, I said that. If you're talking about 3 times,
Yeah.
that was me.
Oh, that was you.
That was me.
Oh, I thought he said.
I
it.
questioned it. I was like, was it 3? Was
Oh,
that
okay,
the third?
never mind.
That was
Never
me.
mind.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I thought it was you. That
No, I didn't say anything.
yourself
I was
out.
putting a clip on. You were saying something. I didn't know what you were talking
That
about.
was me.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. You got saved.
Okay.
But it still brings up the question, though.
What?
Was it 3?
You saying the Bluto
No.
thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I heard him the most recent time. I heard him say Bluto.
Okay.
I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure I heard him say Bluto. Now, if you wind the tape back, he did say Pluto 3 times before we correct to being Bluto. If you want to call it on that, that's on you to make that decision. But the most recent one, I'm pretty sure he said Bluto, and if he plays the tape back and you call a vote and you find out that you're wrong, you're definitely getting a punishment shot. I'm just trying to look out for you. In
I
that
understand.
case.
No,
Yeah.
I was more or less questioning, but now I'm not going to call it.
No.
Okay, so
There we go.
You're safe.
You may pass.
See, I
Wow.
will defend you.
I get it.
I will defend you.
I know.
All right?
I got it.
But I will also call you out when you are fucking wrong.
I was wrong.
Like you walking
I
around
was wrong.
promoting your love of cock.
I may have
you
caught
are
it
right
if
now.
I caught it at the time.
Are you not promoting your love of cock right now?
I am not promoting that.
Really? Ragnar, would you say he's promoting his love of cock right now?
I would say a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm promoting my love for beer and blowjobs.
My hat.
Can't see it from here.
Okay, show him your hat.
Yes, he is.
Because I'm wearing a hat that says cock.
Yes.
Yes.
You are promoting cock right
That's
now.
a big one.
But I'm not
You're
promoting the
your
love
fa-
of
that you're-
cock.
Do
It's
you
just
promote stuff that you don't like?
No, I'm wearing a hat with a.
Do you promote stuff that you don't like?
I'm wearing a hat with a rooster on it. It's for laughs. It's a comedy bit.
Okay. You're
There you
promoting your love of cock.
I can't see it.
Get closer. I like what you're going. But you caught yourself. You caught yourself.
I know. Hey, you know what? You know what? Every single one of us would have done the same exact fucking thing.
I know. But you caught yourself. I give you credit. You caught yourself. It was amazing. I am fucking up. Shit.
All right.
Oh, that was good. That was fun. All right. So now we're on to our second drink. We're on to our second film.
I'm really.
I wanted to
excited
do
about this
something different. I wanted it something that tried to do its own thing based on what came before it, but make its own voice. So I decided to go as far away from Beefeater London.
England?
Yeah. As I could get away with.
I mean, you literally did.
No, that's
You
exactly what I
fucking
did. Yeah, I went far away from a Beefeater London dry gin to a Japanese craft gin called Roku Gin, which apparently means Roku, I guess, means 6 in Japanese. I did not know that.
Which makes no sense because fucking Roku streaming.
Yeah, apparently, it's, I guess because maybe it had 6 channels to start with. I don't fucking know. All right.
That was their sixth. That was their 6th attempt.
Yes. It means 6
And
in
it's still
Japanese.
fucked up. The first 5 were fucked up.
And it is made with 6 unique Japanese botanicals.
What's the price point?
This one's about $40
Okay.
for $7.50. So not super expensive at all.
Yeah, 40's not bad.
Yeah. But like we've talked about gins before.
We've never done a Japanese gin, have we?
No, I haven't. And I've been very curious to try it. When we did Japanese whiskey, loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Big
That's
fan. And
good
it
shit.
introduced me to a new genre of whiskey. So I'm hoping the gin might do the same thing.
I mean, it smells good.
Yeah, it smells super fucking fresh.
But that won't say anything. It could still
So
taste
it's
like
made
shit.
with sakura flower, yuzu peel, sencha tea.
Need your glasses?
No, it's this a little dark right around. I'm trying to read these lettering.
Turn the light on,
Sonoho
it's right there.
pepper, sakura leaf, and Gokuro tea. I guess. I'm sure I brutalized those fucking names. I don't care.
Goku tea.
Yes. So everybody, Prost.
Cheers.
Click. And imaginary clink to the goots.
Goot. Cheers, buddy.
It's very floral.
Cheers.
Wow, that's different.
Oh, that is so bright.
It's smooth. No bad aftertaste.
Don't know how I feel about this.
It's not that heavy. It's
So that
Oh, go.
pepper gives it warmth.
very very mild though.
And it sits at the back of the throat. At least on mine does.
No, I can feel that.
You get, I think this one here, you get a little bit more. So
I get more tea on this one, on the undernotes on this one than I do a lot of our other gins.
I can see that. I can see what you mean by that. What are you said? Those are the.
need to take another one.
What are those, like herbs?
Botanicals.
Botanicals.
Okay.
So basically,
So these are. This one here is, it's coming from Japan, so it has very different botanicals that you can get from like here or London. You know. So
You want to pour yourself another one?
I will in a minute.
Got a little bit of warmth to it.
No, it's nothing bad. Like it literally just sits there at the back of the throat for a second, and then it goes away.
and by the way, this is bottled by Suntory.
Yeah, the bottle looked familiar.
So it's the same place that the same place that does a lot of the Japanese whiskey that's on the market. Some of
Yamazaki was amazing.
The sojus and stuff like that they have. Yeah, Suntory is a very one of probably the largest Japanese liquor distillers.
For a good time, drink Suntory time.
You were saying how it sits
how
it sits on the back of the throat.
I don't, so that's why I did it myself. But I'm thinking about downloading that soundbite just to have.
But Ragnar, you were saying how it kind of sat on the back of the throat for a minute. As it fades away, there's different taste to it as it fades away.
There is.
It is a nice layer.
Yeah, there is. You taste something else after a few seconds of every,
Yeah. It's very well developed, well crafted.
And there's no aftertaste. That's one thing I like about it because there's a lot of gins that we've had have had an aftertaste. There's no bad aftertaste after this one.
And also, I will say, so I aerated it first.
That's what I didn't do. So
I found aerating it actually made it worse, in my opinion.
Is that suggested?
Actually,
no.
Okay.
It's something I normally do with a liquor that I haven't had. Is just to try to open it up and so I can taste the different notes. And I think it made it a little bit more powerful, the notes, than they were intended to be, if that makes sense. Did you just aerate this time? Am I wrong in saying it maybe made the notes more powerful than they needed to be versus a nice dance together?
A little.
You're saying that it has more of like a burn, not a burn, like about the spice.
It's more of a peppery heat
burn,
versus an alcohol burn. It's more of a heat than a burn.
But you also get the alcohol, like the rubbing alcohol.
I don't get that at all.
A little bit of it.
Yeah,
I got that more I got that more in the beef eater. I didn't get any of this at all.
No.
When I aerated it. I definitely tasted the tea a lot more when I aerated it than I did just doing a normal shot.
This is hard.
Got heat, more heat when I aerated it than just drinking it straight. And I think, in my opinion, this is a better experience, a better blended.
I think this would be good.
Blended drink, blended liquor together
with something else.
No, just straight, but not aerating it. Just
how about
just letting
chilled?
it drink as the way.
How about chilled?
I don't think so. I think the way it is good.
I actually would like to try it chilled.
You're welcome to do whatever the fuck you want
I
to
know.
do.
No, I'm just curious what that tastes chilled, but I don't know. Who wants to go first?
I will.
I'll give it. Oh,
go ahead.
No,
all right.
You said first.
Sorry.
You said
you're the one who first started talking about it. It's fine. Go ahead.
Fine. Fuck. Give it like 1 3/4. It's a lot better than Beefeater. I like the smell of it. The smell of it's very. You get the floral notes, the botanicals of it. So aerating it, you get a lot more out of it than you would normally just taking a drink of it. It's not bad. It's pretty darn good. It's just confusing because
the taste keeps changing.
I wouldn't say that.
After
aerating it.
No, I just drank it straight, and it was like 30 seconds later.
It's very
I was
well
tasting
layered.
something different.
Yeah.
Another minute or so later, there was a little bit of different taste to it. It was just like as it's fading away, you start tasting different nodes of the botanicals.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So that's why it's kind of confusing a little bit. But I mean, it's still
Good gin.
still good. I like that they are making it their own, and they're not actually. So with that respect, I actually give it a 2 because they're actually doing their own thing with they're taking the principle and the idea of gin and doing their own thing with it.
Yeah.
All right,
So
that's
it's
what I was about to
not
ask you.
typical.
Would you think if you didn't know this was a gin and you didn't have the smell? Because to me, it is a very botanical gin smell. But if you couldn't smell it, but you just could shoot it just by the taste alone, would you put this in a gin area in your mind if you didn't know it was a gin already? Or would you think it's some other type of liquor that we don't necessarily associate with this?
So I may question it because it smells very much like what's another one? What do you have? Very similar to gunpowder.
Mm-hmm.
But the taste is completely fucking different.
Exactly. That's why they removed the smell out of it.
I would.
It's funny because it's in the same type of gunpowder bottle. I mean, that type of bottle, but gunpowder is more round.
No, gunpowder is absolutely round.
Yeah, but it's just the size of the bottle. Yeah.
I would. Yeah, I think you'd be able to tell it's a gin. After a minute.
Oh yeah, you could definitely. I could taste the juniper
of like letting it sit and linger.
It definitely tastes like a gin. Like I mean, shit. We've had so many gins this year that I can definitely taste that this is a gin. I can't say it being anything else, but
hell, even burping it up,
yeah,
you get fucking botanicals out of it.
I give it a 2. It's good. I enjoyed this one. I liked it better than Beefeater, and I thought that it was great. I thought that it had a little bit of heat, but not much. The taste was great. I had no problem with this. There was no bad aftertaste. It went down smooth. It's a 2. I'd drink this again. I'm really a fan of Centauri. Centauri does a good job, and like Ragnar said, that they made it their own. They didn't copy other people. They made it their own, and I think that gives it a lot of credit right there. So yeah, 2. It's good.
So this is the best gin you've ever had before?
No, I wouldn't say that. Gunpowder's still the number one. Gunpowder's still the number one gin we've done.
Okay.
I'd give it a 1.5. Definitely better than the Beefeater that we had earlier. And I kind of liked how, like I said, I keep going back to it, that the taste just keeps changing as it was fading.
Okay, very nice. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 2 also. It's not the best that I've had. I still think Gunpowder. I don't know how the fuck we got so goddamn lucky.
That was our first gin, I think.
It was.
That was our first gin that we did. It was fucking perfect.
No, I think this is really nice. It absolutely had its own fucking voice.
Yeah.
100%. It is so drastically different in taste profile compared to Western style gins.
Yeah.
I'm so pleasantly surprised. And for them to do something that is so, just like they did with the whiskey, so traditionally in your mind, one sort of flavor profile, and then still give you the idea of that flavor profile, but completely turn on its head.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed. I am very, very impressed. And good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right.
Okay.
Let's get into the movie.
1990, Tom Savini directed Night of the Living Dead.
Good job.
Yes. There we go. We talked about the film. Everybody have a good night. Thanks for.
Bye, everybody.
We already basically we did touch base on a lot of things in the movie though. So, but I'm right. This one's fun.
So, this movie got made. A big reason this movie got made was to finally clear up the rights to lock down the copyright 100% and remove any sort of future arguments people may have.
So they copyrighted. He copyrighted both films.
He copyrighted Night of the Living Dead.
The name,
Night of the Living Dead, and then the type of film. Yes, by releasing a film titled Night of the Living Dead and copyrighted, and then following this kind of structure that it had, it kind of retroactively protected his original film.
Okay,
kind of. I made so from that point on, people couldn't rip off any more shit, and then they already had. Now, what was already out there was out there.
Was Dawn of the Dead copyrighted?
Yes,
it was.
Yeah, everything else was copyrighted.
It was just Night of the Living Dead.
Dawn of the
Dead.
Dead.
Original wasn't.
Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, Survival, and Diary.
So And then if you notice, it's of the dead, not of the living dead. Until you get to Return of the Living Dead in that series.
But that's not copyright. They kind of
no, that's different. So
really,
wait, what?
Night of the Living Dead versus Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead.
Oh no, okay,
yeah,
no, you threw me off when you said fucking Night of the Dead.
No,
I was like,
sorry.
no, no. Okay,
so
yes,
Romero and his writing partner, they kind of split the idea. His writing partner wanted to do a sequel a certain way. Romero wanted to do a sequel a different way. So they basically took the idea of Night of the Living Dead, the title of it, and kind of split it up between the two of them. So they could both kind of piggyback off the success of the original film. So Romero got Of the Dead from the title. That's what he got. Of the
and his partner got
Dead.
Night.
Got
that's
the
fucking
living,
fucking crazy.
the living part of it
For the copyright.
Yes. So
Night of the Living.
So Return of the Living Dead and that series right there, that is not made by Romero or any of Romero's ilk. All right, it was made by underneath of the permission of Romero's writing partner. But the fill in the blank of the dead is made underneath of Romero's umbrella. So it was this weird hybrid situation. They kind of split the idea, went off on their own things, and their own little tangents. But they still had the original, the basic, Night of the Living Dead that wasn't fully protected. So Romero brings in Savini, who he wanted to do the makeup in the original. He always had a respect for him, always had got along with him, but then Savini gets drafted into Vietnam. And so he's like, I can't fucking do shit for you. I'm going to fucking goddamn overseas.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh, so
sucks to
he
be you.
did get drafted.
Huh? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Like, I
that.
can't do shit.
Oh, Tom Savini?
Yeah. So he goes, does his stuff, comes back, does the makeup in Dawn, does the makeup in Day.
Day of the Dead is probably one of his best works.
Become buddies. Him and Romero, start this great working relationship. And Tom's known, as a great special effects guy.
Yeah.
All right. So George gives the blessing for Savini to direct this film that kind of has to be made. But he still wants to make sure it's done.
Well, George Romero wrote it. He based it on his screenplay, but he kind of changed things up a little bit.
A little bit. And then also Savini, he basically he was a lot more hands off on this one than you would think. With it being a remake made with his permission, he basically knew it had to be made. He trusted Savini enough to make it and make it well, but he wasn't going to be in any of the rooms with the conversations with the money people or shit like that. So Savini got kind of steamrolled. Stuff being kind of forced upon him that he didn't necessarily want. Budget being cut more so than he was originally thinking was going to be. Last minute changes, stuff like that. And Tom hated making this film.
Because he didn't want to hurt
making this film.
He didn't want to hurt the
from the directing. He thought it was going to be one way, and then it ended up being another way because they didn't have the respect for him that they had for Romero. So if Romero was in the room, a lot of shit would have been differently. Romero didn't want to be in the room. Romero trusted Tom enough to handle it. Tom tried to handle it, and he fucking got steamrolled, and he hated making this to the point that he said he didn't want to direct any more fucking movies. If that's what directing movies about, that sort of dealing with that bullshit is about, he didn't want to fucking deal with it anymore.
Which is a shame because he did a very good job with this movie.
He did. But it beat him fucking down.
You know what? It did the same thing with Dan Aykroyd with Nothing But Trouble. He didn't want to direct movies anymore after that. There's certain people that direct one movie, and they're like, fuck this, I'm not doing it. Clive Barker, he's another one. He doesn't like directing movies. He does movies of his own screenplays, and he's only done 3 movies. And he says, I don't want to direct anymore. I'll hire somebody else to do it.
Yep.
I'll just write it. Directing is a lot of responsibility. And with Tom Savini, he's also touching like a very respected gem, the original Night of the Living Dead, and having to remake it. Making a remake is hard because people respect that one, and people are all looking at you. We're waiting. We're going to see how you're going to do. It better be as good as the original. It's putting a lot of fucking stress on the director.
Yep.
So I can see that.
But he goes on, does this. He makes Barbara more like she was in the original script. He wants her more of a fighter.
Yeah.
And she kicked ass. She
really did.
Well, in the beginning, she seemed like a little, ditzy, like oh, I'm scared, and then she kind of just toughened up.
Yes.
And
her coin flipped the other way.
She gave me Sarah Connor vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can tell.
Good.
You can
That's
tell
a good,
though how she was going to be when they went outside and she immediately grabbed the fucking boots.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can tell that she is not going to be the exact same version that we saw in the first one.
Which basically for the first 30 minutes was just sitting on a couch doing nothing.
That was like the whole movie.
Basically.
She was fucking useless.
Then getting slapped around. Yeah.
You know?
So no,
That was the best,
she was showing
that was the best
signs
part, was her getting slapped around.
of being in shock until the shit started popping off inside, and then her switch flipped the other way than what the OG Barbara.
Ben, his character kind of went towards Barbara in the first one.
A little bit.
Yeah,
they played off each other a little bit more.
Yeah.
I
Whereas
get
Ben in the first one was very calm and collected a little bit as best he could.
He had a temper,
but in
though.
control.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah,
when- it's when
had a
Cooper
temper,
got in the picture.
but he was in control. Though.
Yes, he was.
In the second one, you can see where he's still calm, but he's more frantic.
Yes,
and
I think that's a lot to do with Tony Todd. I really do. That's the energy that he instills.
As I say it again, perfect casting
in his character. I do. He even something as calm as, let's say, Candyman, which is probably, I would say, maybe his best known role. I would say
that, and then you got to think of the Final Destination movies as
Candyman. I would say for us would be his best known role.
Okay,
like the later generation people.
Yeah,
I would say they would probably more recognize him from Final Destination.
Okay.
Also, he was in The Rock.
He's done a lot of things.
He's been in a bunch,
Yeah.
but he's in The Rock. But do you recognize him from The Rock?
Believe it or not, I do, because I love that movie. I've seen
So
the movie
you
a lot.
recognize him only from The Rock?
No, not only from The Rock.
You recognize him in The Rock.
Yeah.
But you don't recognize him from The Rock.
When you see him in The Rock, like, hey, that's Tony Todd. He was Candyman. All right.
Right.
That's true.
You don't see Candyman
So
like, hey, that's the dude from The Rock. All right.
Yeah, so you don't even know his name.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So a character that he was like, I know him.
You know him.
His iconic character.
Right.
That
If
he
you
played.
hear Tony
Candyman.
Todd, what do you think of immediately?
Candyman.
Candyman.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, that's
I think of his romance that he played,
but he
on when he did his play tour.
Yeah.
That's what I think of.
he brings a almost manic feel to his characters.
Well, that part when he goes out to the zombie and the one that got ran over and is like flop-sided or something like that. He goes
That
out there and
was
kills
fucking
him.
funny
God
as shit.
damn you!
Yeah, that was amazing. To me, that was him being Tony Todd. They're like, that's what run you the fucking role right there.
Yeah.
That. So do you know another actor who was very close to getting this role?
Patrick Swayze.
No, the Tony Todd role.
Oh,
Denzel Washington?
Nope,
O.J. Simpson.
incorrect.
Oh, hold on.
That would have been the juice. Oh, that would have been fucking funny.
Is it a rapper?
Eddie Murphy.
Chris Rock.
He'd eventually go on to play in a zombie movie.
Ving
Rhames?
Ving Rhames.
Really?
Ving Rhames.
Good job, man.
Yes. Ving Rhames.
Really?
He's actually
Yes.
No
Dawn of the
shit.
Dead.
Yes.
I couldn't see him in this.
I could back then. Yes.
Dawn of the Dead was shortly after this.
That was People Under the Stairs being Rhames. I think he could have
Yeah.
done it. It was because that was 1991, 92. Yeah, he could have done it. He was not as bigger though. He was a lot skinnier.
Yeah,
before he got bulkier.
It was like young Ving Rhames.
Okay, but
the Ving Rhames. Wait, Dawn of the Dead. When was the remake? When did that come out?
Dawn of the Dead remake was in 2003. I think.
Yeah, that's 13 fucking years later.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It was 2003 or 2004 is run of those years.
It was definitely much later than
I saw
this.
that one in the theater. I remember I went and saw
2004.
There you go.
Okay, that was close.
Yeah.
Wow, I am way off.
Exactly. That's what you're like, oh, it ain't much later. Yeah, it fucking is. That is a much different Ving Rhames.
Never mind.
That's a much different Ving Rhames.
Yes, it is.
So it would have been interesting if Ving Rhames had done this, if he would have gotten his career trajectory would have gone Tony Todd way. Where he'd be only
a lot of great
associated-
movies though.
Yeah, exactly.
I love Ving Rhames.
But would he have gotten stuck in
the Tony Todd
a horror genre role? He had People Under the Stairs a couple years later. He would have had this. I think he may have ended up being associated with
typecasted, basically?
with horror films.
Yeah.
He doesn't fit for horror though. But although he was great in Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead, he was fucking amazing. He was my favorite part of that movie. It would have been different with him though. I can't see it other than Tony Todd though. Tony Todd fit the role perfectly.
I know.
In fact, whoever, who was the casting director? Was it Tom Savini or was it a different person that casted?
I think it was Tom.
Okay, well then he did.
I could be wrong, but I think it was Tom who had the main call.
Well, Tony Todd was perfect casting. Like I said, everybody in this movie was perfect casting. To me, this is like the trilogy of the '80s: Blob, Fly, and The Thing. This fits in with that when it comes to the 90s. This goes into those group of movies as a perfect remake. So, yeah.
When did everybody first see this one?
VHS, bought it at a pawn shop.
Thursday.
I bought it at a pawn shop like mid-90s at a pawn shop, the VHS. That's what I remember buying it as a VHS.
Why did you buy it at a pawn shop? And what made you decide to purchase this movie?
Because I was getting into horror movies.
Okay.
It was that easy. It wasn't my first horror movie, but I was like, oh, it's Night of the Living Dead. Because I believe it or not, the one I saw beforehand, because I saw it with Michael, my old friend.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Return of the Living Dead 3 with him. So it got me into zombie movies. And I was like, oh, Night of the Living Dead. I'm going to check this out. That's why I watched that. So I was like 98, 99 or something like that I saw it. That was the first time. It went in when it first came out. Okay. So I saw it in the late 90s. But then I saw it at the pawn shop. And when I still was having a collection of VHS before DVDs were coming out, I bought it. I remember the VHS art perfectly and everything. But the thing about this movie is that I have it on Blu-ray. And the Blu-ray version I have is a Twilight Time, which is only limited to 1,000 copies. And what they did was they made it darker. They tinted the movie where it makes it look more dark. And a lot of people complain about it, but it actually makes it look better. It makes it so, when Tony Todd's out in the daylight and he's killing the zombie, so it looks like it's very dreary in the day, but in the VHS copy and the other copies, it looks like very bright outside. But that one, it makes it look like almost like a mid-evening. There's if you look online, look up Twilight Time versus other one, you'll see the different versions of the filters where they did with like a blue tint and it made it better. So
I don't think that'll make it better. To me, the fact that it's happening during the fucking day, bright sunlight.
They were trying to make it so it's Night of the Living Dead. So I don't know what they did. They just, I got to look it up.
Yeah. Goot, when was the first time you saw the remake?
I was definitely a teenager. The day after I watched the original 1968 Night of the Living Dead.
Okay. Ragnar?
It was after it came out of theaters and onto VHS.
Okay.
So
very nice.
I think I saw it. I saw it at the local video store, perusing through. If I remember, there may have been like a fucking poster, a poster board of it in there, and their horror section was right next to the adult section, which is always funny because it always had two black curtains that was
it was either black
covering
curtains,
it,
saloon doors,
yes,
or beads.
Yep,
Right.
Yep. What? Why the fuck do you look confused?
No. Sorry, I was because I was looking up the thing in the Twilight, so I wasn't paying attention to that part because I was looking up the color tint for the original.
So you're hearing black curtains, saloon doors,
beads,
or
and I was just like,
beads.
I was like, what does that have to do with 9/11 Dead? Porn?
Here, Beads got excited.
I know.
Fuck, that's not what I did. I didn't get excited for that. I was just saying. Gooch just like
a lawnmower, boy.
Gooch, when did you see it first time?
I already said.
He already said.
I wasn't. Then I'm a fucking asshole. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Just let the host.
All right, I was looking at the Twilight Time thing. I was trying to so I could show you the tint thing.
My first time seeing it was on TBS.
What?
The tinting of the blue tint that they had in the Twilight Time compared to the what the fuck?
What?
The blue filter. I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna keep my eyes.
Do your thing, boo boo.
Yeah, I'm done.
You're lucky I can't fucking mute you. All I'm gonna say. There you go.
Yeah.
So my first time seeing it was TBS, one of the late night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
TBS at night?
11, 12 o'clock at night.
Oh, so you saw the cut version of this first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was 10 years old. It was, one of those super late night ones, watching TV in my room when I was supposed to be asleep. And that came on. And I was like, and I was just transfixed. I could not. I just fucking couldn't stop watching them. This is fucking amazing. This is awesome.
Was this your first ever zombie movie?
That I can recall, yeah.
So you never saw Return of the Living Dead before this?
No.
Okay. I was curious.
No.
Because I thought you saw a lot of movies prior to that because
I've seen a lot of movies, not like B horror movies.
Okay.
No. I mean, it was a genre that I didn't even know they had a name for existing at the time. I didn't know that these types of movies existed, because most of my movies before this were films my dad would buy on VHS. So they were more along his taste profile, or they were good movies. Yeah. They weren't B horror movies, because he wasn't out there buying fucking VHSs of fucking B horror movies.
No.
All right. So
but back then though, he didn't even know that like they were considered.
I didn't know at the time that it was considered B, but as I started developing, I'm like, oh yeah, these are good horror movies. These are not good horror movies, but these are fun movies. Yeah. I love them. And
damn, we got 6 people watching us.
It made me go ahead and become obsessed and be on a mission. Then anytime my parents would take me to the video store or whatever to rent something, I'm making a beeline straight to the horror films, and they do my best to convince them, like, well, you've let me watch this, so why won't you let me watch this? Yes. And it's like that, to the point they just gave up and like, yeah, fine, fucking watch whatever the fuck you want. Fuck it, I don't care. I'm like, yes, I win. Bad parenting for the win. And I just remember being transfixed, because it was, let's see, if it started at probably 11, I was probably like 1:30 in the morning before it fucking ended with commercials and shit like that.
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
and you were thinking about,
I was like,
I need to see more of this. This is
amazing. And then watching fucking at the end when he comes out of the fucking basement and fucking gets, fucking put down, like, oh no, he's a good guy. And then the fucking Mr. Cooper comes down. Hey, you came back. And then he gets put down, like, oh, she was a good girl. What the fuck?
He deserves
another one for your body.
One more fire. Stuff that I didn't even expect to exist based on traditional film tropes at the time.
Which ending do you like better, this ending or the ending of the original? Because in my opinion, the ending of this one was better because Barbara got her revenge on Cooper.
Except for, I think the fact that nobody survived in the original.
It's good. One of those
better to
deep,
me.
dark endings.
It was more of a realistic ending.
Okay.
All right. Not everybody's making it out. Yes, they're super slow and super, weak unless you have numbers. But realistically, this is shit that at the time nobody's expecting. You weren't prepared for. Guaranteed. If that happened right now, even if they moved at the pace that they did, thousands and thousands and thousands of people just around here are eating it. All right, all right, they're fucking dead.
Do you think? So you think the original?
Yeah, I think the original just because it felt more true, and you thinking that Ben survived it all, and he made it through this after everything else that happened. He made it through, and then it gets put down, and you're not even mad. I mean, you can't even be mad at the ones who put him down.
Okay.
They thought, oh, fucking zombie. There ain't nothing else but zombies around here. Yeah, fucking pop, put him down, one shot, one kill, and just put him on the ground. Not even mad at him at all. It just felt there was no bad guy in that situation. It was just a realistic action.
What do you all think? Well, what do you think was the best ending? The original or the new one?
The one from Shaun of the Dead. Hear me out. All right. So, what's great about these fucking movies is that the way that future movies pay a lot of homage to them.
Yeah.
Homage, whatever the fuck you want to call them.
Homage.
Just like I said,
homage.
Shaun of the Dead.
Like Ron would say, homage.
Homo.
Home age.
But like Shaun of the Dead paid so much credit to this, in the from when Barbara is beating up the old dude, right? And in Shaun of the Dead, they're beating up the owner of the bar.
Yeah.
All right. And with the rifle in both movies, with the bad shooting in these fucking films, like movies like this create other movies that help you remember like what came before.
Yeah.
You know, which is always fucking nice, which is always cool to see.
Okay.
But to answer your question, nobody makes it out alive in any of this shit. So the first ending, but the second one is fun. The remake
It's fun.
Remake is fun because it's literally all the fucking rednecks in Pennsylvania.
Right.
And they're fucking literally they've been waiting their whole goddamn lives for this moment. And I remember
it's like a turkey shoot.
You say the rednecks in Pennsylvania. Don't lie. If that shit popped off right now, you're being a part of that group too, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Fuck yeah. I believe it. I think we all agree.
So, do you guys remember when Spice came around?
Yes.
All right. This was, this was, 10, 12, something years ago. And do you guys remember when it was all over the fucking news? When hobos were taking Spice and they went fucking cannibalistic and crazy. And started eating the fucking everyone's specifically
No bath salts, by the way.
huh?
Bath salts.
Bath salts. Thank
Bath
you.
salts.
Spice is a different drug.
Spice. Yes, I know.
Spice, thinking of
I know
Dune.
Spice. No, that's right. It is bath salts. I remember when the fucking news clipping came up. It was like zombies. Fucking man eats face off of another homeless guy.
Yeah, that was like 10 years ago.
Shit. I was like, holy fuck, it's happening.
Yeah.
I am so excited now. This is amazing.
I remember that was all over the internet because everybody was like, the zombie apocalypse is coming.
Yes, I was so excited. And then I found out it was stupid drug. I was like, this is bullshit. I'm so depressed now.
Goo, what's your favorite ending?
Oh, definitely the remake. Just Barbara's transformation, as I wanted to be. Tony Todd dying the way, respectfully, how he should have died, and then Mr. Cooper dying the way he did was perfect.
Oh yeah,
and that's how society would break down to. I mean, that's how I see it. So that's my favorite ending.
Adam?
Yeah, I like the second.
I'm the same way.
I like Barbara's transformation a whole lot more in the second one and whatever she was.
Well, when you
first.
said the whole comparison between Sarah Connor, that was like a perfect comparison right there.
It's Totally wish you reminded me of. As I was watching it, I was just like, "That this is actually Sarah Connor."
Like, would you want to see a continuation of this movie? I understand that all the Dead movies are different times, different characters and stuff like that. But would you like to see a continuation of the Barbara character in this movie to see where it goes?
No.
You think it ends right here and right then and it's good right there? Doesn't need to move on. Okay, I was just curious. Some people would like to see a continuation. That's why I'm wondering if you would, since you're a big fan of this movie so much.
People want to see a story of Barbara.
I mean,
Really?
because of how much she changed throughout the beginning of the movie, it kind of all the trauma and everything else, and then becoming this little badass basically, and then just like he said, Sarah Chronicle. I mean, it's Sarah Connor. I mean, it's almost the same thing. I mean, you want to see what happens with her. It's the apocalypse coming with all the zombies and everything. I don't know. I wouldn't mind wanting to see something go on with her. I'd see her where the story would continue, but that's the thing with
one.
Probably, yeah, that's fine. I'm sure. How about you, everybody who's watching the show? Say it in the comments. Would you guys want to see?
I heard some people want to see a continuation. By some people, I mean me.
No,
only me.
I did not
I'm the
look
only
this
one
up.
who's ever heard this.
I did not look this
No.
up. I actually am curious. I'd like to see a continuation with her.
I will say,
I think it's gonna be a little too fucking late. It's what
1990. It's like 30
years ago.
It is. Yeah, it's a little late. I don't even know what that woman looks like.
see,
I've never seen her in any other movie.
I feel at the end of this one, it definitely feels like they've gotten the plague underhand real fucking good.
To the point where it's over with, that they're,
to me, yeah, they're like if you already have fucking riding gangs of people just fucking hunting and clearing shit out,
the fighting pit.
yeah.
That
What-
shit-
if they-
the drunk guy.
That guy fucking funny, man.
Yeah, no, the guy with the alcohol, and he's just like drinking and then just pushing the guy over.
Yeah.
and showing
the fighting pit.
even drunk, he's able to not die.
Yeah.
by these fucking thing. All right?
But they're all laughing and going
They
for it.
removed all the threat of the thing. It was so seeing anything else future, it would just be boring. It'd be regular everyday life, and except for now, when people die, they either fucking shoot you in the fucking brain, or they fucking burn you. In either way, that's all they're doing, just to make sure that it doesn't keep happening. Life has gone on. Nothing has changed.
It's a turkey shoot and everything else.
So it'd be more like the ending, closer to the ending of Shaun of the Dead. They just fucking get used to it. It's the new normal. It's COVID.
Everybody's gonna be used to grandma dies, ice pick in the skull.
COVID time. COVID,
or they have the
2.0.
fighting pits for zombies.
Right.
COVID 2.0.
That'd be fun. I ain't gonna lie.
Really
It'd be
would
fun.
be.
Yeah, it would be.
All right. You know what? You
hanging zombies from a tree and shooting at them, using them as targets.
I mean, you want to have live, realistic fucking movement. Hate to say it. It's not fucked up, but I mean, would you rather be doing that or shooting dogs or squirrels? No, shoot the zombies. They're already fucking dead. Yeah. All right, don't matter anymore. Oh, you could go and hunt them and everything like that. Oh yeah, a whole new cottage industry would pop up, and there you go. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. That's a world I can support.
hunting trips are expensive.
They are.
Yeah.
So you go on a zombie trip, dude.
Yeah, go to
pay for a zombie killing.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be fun as fuck. You just grab our
movie idea. Just go to like an island of zombies and like hunt like that zone.
Yeah.
And shit goes wrong.
You go to a preserve that has like some fences up. That drops the zombies in there.
Right.
Go have fun. There you go.
It's like the movie Predators.
It's like hunting fucking lions or anything like that.
But with zombies.
The odds are they're not going to fucking get you. Odds are there's a tiny chance.
Exactly.
A very tiny chance.
You got to sign this release form, and we're going to use
but
it.
more likely, you're going to win.
Yeah.
You got boom boom, so they do not.
No, you got to make sure to sign the release forms.
Yeah.
It's just like if you die, you're going to become targets. So
yeah, you die.
There's got to be the
goddamn machine.
There's got to be the one person. Like if there's a fence around, there's going to be that one person that fucks up the fence somehow because they're a fucking idiot.
Yep.
And the whole herd of zombies from the outside is going to make their way inside. And then what do you got? Say, 6 or 7 fucking hunters, right? Yeah. So then the outbreak, there's going to be one survivor, okay, out of the whole entire fucking thing. And they're going to get out. And then, but yet they're gonna go get quarantined, just like in Resident Evil.
There you go.
See, and then they're gonna get fucking test subject. All right, and then it's gonna be a whole new fucking thing.
Yeah,
and then it's just gonna escalate and evolve, and then you're gonna have the fucking huge ass shit show.
Yep.
Where if you're not a
industry-
big corporation, you're nothing.
No, what they'll have done is they'll have safety procedures in place. They'll have all the zombies already have little collars. That, if shit goes sideways.
Oh, so now you're talking Running Man.
Exactly. All right, and boom. And if you're a hunter, you also have to wear one as an in case you
get bit.
Yeah, in case you get bit and you turn while on the process, then you can't be worried about spreading it.
How much would that suck if the person controlling those buttons hit the wrong one?
Yeah.
How much that would fucking suck, dude.
Or it's just automatically set to a heartbeat monitor. All right, so there you go. You die. There you go. So yeah,
man, better hope you have a high blood pressure. Plus, you're fucked.
So there was one thing that Savini wanted to do, and that's one that would have kind of changed
zombie rhino.
No,
damn it.
It would have changed the status quo a little bit of zombies. And he ultimately decided against it, even though he had Romero's blessing. So the scene where Barbara is walking after everybody else is gone and so like that, she's just walking by, and you have that one zombie with the doll
baby or the doll, yeah.
All right, so that wasn't supposed to be just a random zombie.
She was supposed to be related, right?
It was supposed to have been her and Johnny's mom.
See, that's what I.
And then she would have been asking, "Where's Johnny?" All right, and right there. All right, in order to more psychologically fuck with Barbara and stuff like that.
And then that
Johnny's mom coming out of the grave that they went
Barbara
to.
and Johnny's, yeah, because she was recently deceased.
Yeah,
because I never understood the whole point of that. Why was there an old woman holding a doll? I didn't understand that. An old woman holding a dead old woman holding a doll, like if it was a little kid holding a doll, it didn't make sense to me.
That's how she died. Maybe she was scared and fucking just grabbed something for comfort and fucking died. Maybe
she was definitely
or sometimes people when they bury a loved one, they give something that belonged to them, and so when she passed away, then maybe they put this doll in the.
And she was definitely a corpse coming out of the casket because of the way that she looked and everything. So they could have stuck with that.
Yeah, but they were gonna have her ask, "Where's Johnny?" in order to more psychologically fuck with Barbara, and then also give another twist to the zombie idea that they have memories still, that there is still something in there. And so thereby making you more questionable how to handle them.
Yeah.
Well, they did that with Bub in Day of the Dead, where they almost had like memories of what they did, or even Land of the Dead, where they constantly had memories where the band in the beginning of the movie, you see the zombies playing the trombones and stuff like that. So they played in a band. They're having slight memories. So he did fiddle around with that.
Imagine them talking to you.
Well, that's
like
just
zombie
like in,
talk.
He was like, "Where's Johnny?" All right,
that would be weird. There was one thing I wish they did. Oh, sorry.
No.
There's one thing I wish they did is because in the end of the original, you see Johnny as a zombie. I wish they did that with Bill Moseley at the end of this. They didn't do that at all.
They had him at the end.
He was there.
He was there.
Where was he?
In the truck bed with the.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. Okay.
time.
I'm sorry. I didn't as a live zombie though. I figured out you see him as a live zombie, but yeah, you're right. That was right in the beginning before those two.
And that fucked more with her on an emotional side.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Warm Bodies.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the
they're starting to come back to life? Yeah.
The romance one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where
you said that was a good movie though.
I enjoyed
It's fun. It's a good movie.
it. Me and Harley went out there and saw it on Valentine's the weekend when it came out.
Oh, so it's actually not bad of a watch.
I enjoyed it.
Don't they
enjoyed
turn
it.
back into a human or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to watch it.
There's
Then
also
they all get AIDS and die. It's very sad.
There's also another zombie called Buried by
Got
X.
Malkovich in it.
That's true.
I didn't know he was in that.
And then there's Fido.
So would you? I remember that movie. Would you say this is the best zombie movie ever, though?
No.
But this is your favorite.
Yes.
But you wouldn't recall this as being the best zombie movie. So what is your favorite zombie movie?
This.
This is his favorite. You just said that.
Okay, what is the best zombie movie then? No, am I wrong? Where did the question?
No, you answered it exactly the way it was asked.
What is the best zombie movie?
It all depends on what you're going by. The scariest, you're going by the horror, you're going by the funniest, you going by.
I'm just going by zombie.
Genres. There's too many.
Just going by zombie.
There's too
You
many
can't
types
because there's too many
and
so
how
you
you're
have
measuring
horror.
it, how you're measuring it is all different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like you've got horror and you've got zombie, right?
Right.
They you would think they go hand in hand.
They don't.
And then but they don't. So then you've got like zombie, right? So that leads into horror. But then you could lead it into a comedy.
Yeah.
You can lead it into an action, a drama. There's too much.
And are zombies the main focus, or are they just a catalyst to tell a different story?
Like The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Or I Am Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's more. They're more vampires.
Vampire zombies.
They're vampires.
They're vampire zombies.
I see them more as vampires. Well, no, they are a little zombie sort. It's kind of like a mixture. You remember the movie?
They're retarded. They're retarded. I'm sorry. Most retarded, not most retarded. Most vampires are not. Most vampires are not
retarded.
Portrayed as being brainless husks that are just singularly focused.
Yeah.
Versus most of I Am Legend's ones that are vampires, yes, most of them are single-minded creatures. Then you have the couple of ones,
Maybe
like especially
they're
one
new.
particular one that is more. You could tell it's more thinking.
He's like their leader.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Well, the second one
that's
should
why
be
I'll
interesting.
throw as a vampire zombie hybrid situation.
Okay.
Right there.
Maybe they're new vampires.
And then you also have ones that. What's your definition of a zombie? Because
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So then your favorite zombie movie is
This.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yes.
Stu, you're killing King of the Hoisters. He's laughing his ass off.
Oh, okay. Is he mad at me?
No, he's in chat and he's laughing his ass off.
Good. I'm glad. I'm hoping he's laughing at Ron's setting me up to just shit all over him.
If I could go by, if I could go by what he's saying, that's exactly what it is.
Oh,
it's always me. Come on.
It's okay. Abbott, Costello. Can't have one without the other.
Right.
All right. Yeah. But which one are you?
Costello.
Abbott.
I don't want to be Abbott. I don't want to be the fat.
All right.
Yeah, you're the fat one.
All right, you fucking, goddamn judgmental prick. All right, that's a thyroid condition.
Just like Stan and
accept
Ollie.
it. It's
You be Stan. I'd be Ollie. Wait a minute.
No,
That's the other way around. You be Ollie.
you
I'd
want to be
Stan.
either one because one of them is taller than the other one. All right,
One of them's
the
fat.
taller and skinnier one versus the shorter and fat one. I am the taller and fat one. All right, you're the shorter and still kind of fat. All right, what the fuck? Am I wrong?
No, I'm not fat.
A big bone.
God, now you.
As you're sucking your gut in. All right.
Shit, I can't hold it anymore.
Okay.
Of all of us,
Yeah,
Adam is the
fucking
thinnest
oxymoron.
of all of us.
He's what?
okay, the thinnest.
Yeah, he is.
All right, and he's more in shape than you.
He is.
You
I'm not in shape.
are more in shape than me.
Yeah.
All right.
You're more fat than me.
Yes, that's what. Yeah, that's what I just fucking said, right?
Yes.
All right. Just
Hey,
had to say it so fucking rudely.
Dude, right there.
Come on, round his shape.
Goose in more shape than everybody else.
Goose in good shape. Goose in good shape. Yeah. Good sexy.
Especially when he does
Sexy.
that.
There you go.
Gets that pirate arg. face
What's your
going.
guys' favorite scene in the remake?
Damn it.
Oof.
In the original, I know what it is.
Okay, you can do both.
You know what? I know.
So in the original is when Barbara gets smacked the fuck up.
Okay.
No,
that
I
bitch
agree.
fucking deserved it.
I agree. Any scene with Ben, especially when Ben slaps Barbara around, perfect.
Smack,
great,
bitch.
Go ahead for your for the remake.
The remake, so Mr. Cooper got shot in the head.
Oh, at the end.
That was enjoyable.
Yeah.
It was.
That was enjoyable because he was a piece of shit. He was smart. No, wait. Oh fuck. God damn it. Just one. Son of a, okay.
That was your one, I thought.
No, I changed it. The whole fucking.
No, you got to stick with the beginning. You got to stick the first one. Remember, you would say that to me.
Yeah, I know because you keep fucking it up.
Oh. It's your show, so he gets away with it.
Huh?
I said it's his show. You get away with it.
What does that mean? What is that supposed to mean?
No, because he's letting you get away with it. Never mind. Just forget about it.
You were
just forget about it.
No,
drop it.
No, because you are taking something out of context. Favorite remake scene would be the redneck bash. That would be my favorite.
I agree with that.
That would be my favorite.
Okay. My favorite scene is the build up to when they're going to the gas pump, when they're getting the fire and everything's going wrong, and he's in the back of the truck and he just gets pulled out the back of the truck. And then why the fuck would you take a shotgun to a gas pump? I mean, that right there. I mean, seriously, to get the lock in the pump.
That's your favorite?
It's just that whole scene.
The dumbest scene is your favorite?
No, just the whole tense, the music, that whole scene. That's the scene I liked. I thought it was enjoyable. It was just a very tense, and I'm like, what the fuck's going to happen? And yeah.
You were like, what the fuck's going to happen?
Yeah.
They're going to blow up.
Well, yeah, I know that.
That's what's going to happen.
I didn't know that at first because I saw. I actually saw this one.
25
I saw this one before the original.
Well,
so I did not know that the gas pump was going to blow up and they were going to go up there and the gas. I didn't know anything about that. Then you see the original; it's the exact same thing. I didn't know that.
Okay.
So it was just a fun scene. There you go with the music. Fuck you guys. Goot, you go ahead.
Fuck you guys. I'm going home. Oh shit! I'm already home.
I already did my.
I'm talking. Oh no.
That was funny. That was good. That was good.
The redneck bash is my favorite, but I mean, I've picked something different. I would say when Barbara has the gun out the window, she's just shooting at nothing.
Yeah.
Like it's so fucking funny to see because she has that note. She's not even looking, and like it's the way she does it. It's just shooting, wasting bullets. I'm like, come on, girl. But it is funny, so it's funny to see.
Oh, I thought you were the one when she was trying to prove a point about the zombie and everything. So you're saying when just shooting out randomly,
Just shooting randomly, just getting a rage out.
Yeah.
What's even worse when Cooper's got the gun and he's doing the
he's an
same
idiot.
thing. He's shooting, and it's like
he
wastes every round of that gun at nothing. And then it's just like click, click, click. It's like, you dumb son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So just seeing her just do that was nuts. I don't know. To me, it was rewarding for some stupid reason. And the original, God, yeah, when Dwayne Jones got shot, yeah, it's like
the silhouette of him being shot.
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
Wow, you didn't like Ben all that much, did you?
No, I love Ben. He was fucking amazing. He brought it, man. Like he was what that fucking sold the entire movie.
Yeah.
I guess the whole concept behind the zombies coming up and just like eating chocolate or just to eat that whole scene, the way it was shot and how they sold it was just amazing.
Yeah.
Eating chocolate?
That's what he said.
Well, just the blood, like that whole like eating from the big ham, just to give you that visual and like the black and white silhouettes and just that's tremendous filmmaking.
It was funny when the remake, when you see one of the zombies at the gas pump dragging the fucking body. So he's dragging the body over to the other side of the truck.
The burnt body?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To fucking eat him. You know? Like,
well, they're afraid of fire.
God damn it.
I don't necessarily think it was afraid of fire. I think it was he dragging him over there to
share the wealth.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Yeah, no, I mean that's exactly what it was. I would think
barbecue's done.
Ring the dinner bell.
It's just fucking weird, you know.
Yeah.
Especially rewatching it now.
Yeah.
Knowing like what
I never thought of that actually.
The evolution of zombies is now.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, like they don't nowadays, like they don't drag the fucking body over.
In Return of the Living Dead.
You know?
Yeah, but Return of the Living Dead.
In like the D-rated zombie movies, they'll definitely fucking do that.
In Return of the Living Dead, it's funny because when they all get killed, the ambulance, it's a comedy bit. The zombie goes to the radio and says, "Send more cops." To bring them more to the attack and everything else. Send more ambulance, send more cops. It's fucking, so they make fun of that actually in Return of the Dead, which is, I fucking love those movies. And the fact is those movies, those movies would have never been made if Return of the Living Dead came out.
Like the zombie bitch.
Fuck yeah, I did. No. And Return of the Living Dead 3. I also like fucking, what's her name in Quigley? What's her name? Lisa Quigley? Or Leah? You know what I'm talking about?
The
dude?
actress?
Yeah.
Linnea Quigley.
Leanna Quigley. Oh, yeah. The one dancing on the
I like
gravestone.
when she's down under.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What am I talking about?
When she's down there, when she's underneath the ground and she.
No.
Okay, then what am I missing here?
He's talking about the movie Quigley Down Under.
Oh, yeah, okay. with Tom Selleck. Okay,
punny.
I missed it. Yeah,
it's punny.
Yeah.
Adam, what's your favorite scenes?
From the original, it's got to be when Ben smacks the living shit out of Barbara. I mean, that's just, she was so fucking annoying. In the remake, it's when you literally see Barbara change. And that's when Ben and Mr. Cooper are fighting, and she tells them to essentially stop fucking what you're doing and start working together. That's about where she flips the switch.
She big dicks them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where she finally says, I'm no longer going to be,
It's funny because
it's like she knew her previous self.
Yeah. Well, if
I'm not gonna get slapped up.
From the original.
Yeah. The last Barbara got the shit beat out of her. No, I'm stepping up.
Well, I feel like in the original, Ben was a leader, and in this one, Ben is a leader, but then it transfers over to Barbara. Barbara becomes sort of the leader, and Ben becomes more of the idiot
Bitch.
going against.
Barbara became final girl. All right.
Yeah.
That's
exactly
her mind switched to final girl mode.
Yeah.
Which is it's a used trope.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, but it wasn't used then.
No, by the 90s it definitely was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
final girl 100% was.
For this type of film, I don't think it was used that much.
Yeah.
The trope, yes, but in
I mean, you had Laurie Strode from Halloween. You had the Nancy Friday the 13th, or not Friday the 13th.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, no, it's a trope, for a reason. That
Yeah, I guess.
well established, especially in lower budget horror movies. It was a common thing. Final girl becomes badass and survives.
Yeah.
So my favorite in the original would probably be the actual one of the end scenes where they just zoom out and you see the zombies walking through the night eating different chunks of flesh, and after the fire is going on you see one of them eating a hand, another one coming yanking a fucking hand so he can fucking be like
that was fucking weird. It's like
just random shit like that. To see them just being zombies.
That's
it's
a Romero
terrifying.
That's a Romero trope.
It is.
In all of his movies, there's always like one huge 5 or 6 7 segment where you just see the zombies just chowing down basically.
Yeah, just being zombies and then multiple ones, not them over just one kill, just spread throughout. And you're like, oh fuck, they're eating everything. All right,
even fucking mice on the ground and shit like that. Guy puts a
that
mice
was a good
in his
one.
mouth.
Where they're sitting there on the mouse and then you see them knock the grass off.
That was a good.
The other one being like, oh, I wanted it, goddamn it, fucker. So I think that would be my favorite in the OG, and then Redneck Bash, of course, awesome, amazing, wonderful. And that'd be my favorite in the remake. but then since Redneck Bass has already been talked about, let's go ahead and go with when Barbara's losing her shit and them trying to figure out what's going on. You know, of course it can't be dead. People can't come back from the dead. No, really, he's not dead. Bam, bam, bam. No, he's not fucking dead. Huh? Bam, bam, bam. What the fuck is he then? Bam, bam, bam.
I guess he's dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Would you feel like the acting?
My bad.
Would you feel like the acting was good in this movie, or would you feel it's subpar?
I think with what they had to work with, they did well.
For a horror movie, it's great.
They did well for what they had to work with. I think Tony Todd had the best acting of all of them.
I agree. I thought Cooper was good.
I think Cooper's wife was actually better than Cooper.
Yeah,
I thought she sucked.
I thought her acting was better. I mean, you may not like her character.
No, I thought her acting was horrible.
No, I thought she was one who
we gotta
was.
get her to a doctor. It's just the way
she cared. But she cared about her fucking.
No, she did, but her acting, I didn't find was all that good.
She was scared to death of the situation and scared to death of her husband at the same fucking time. You could tell
was
he
a woman beater.
You could tell he fucking beat the fuck out of her.
Yeah.
Alcoholic fuckhead.
Yeah.
Now the retarded fucking country hick boy and his dumb bitch of a fucking girlfriend,
Judy Rose.
Oh my
whatever the fuck her name was.
God!
Oh, that's
Judy Rose, right?
Oh my God! I couldn't stand them, especially.
But do what I tell you.
Judy fucking running out. You know. Oh no! I gotta go with him. You're like, fine, come along, come on. Fuck.
Girl couldn't drive a truck worth of shit.
That bitch. No, I just they didn't act well in my opinion at all. Even though I liked the boyfriend, I liked the dumb because I'd seen him in I think like Creep Show or wasn't he? Yeah, it was Creep Show.
Creep Show.
That's what I thought. I liked him in that.
Creep Show's great. I want my cake.
Yeah. So no, that's what I'll go with that.
So, got a question. The end credits as they're rolling through all the photos.
Yeah.
All right. There's one particular photo, and I think it's the sheriff in the middle, one individual on the left, and one individual on the right. One of them looks like fucking Patrick Swayze.
I know which one you're talking about. It's not him. I know. I know.
It fucking looks exactly
I have to
like
rewatch
him
it.
for that time frame.
I know. It's not.
God damn it.
I'll have to rewatch
I looked it up, dude. I typed in everything in the fucking Google. Was Patrick Swayze in Night of the Living Dead?
Was it his brother?
It was no.
Because his brother was acting around the same time too.
His brother looks very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I looked that up too, and no. And I started typing in like variations of words and shit. It was like nothing. I was like, fuck. Like it looks just like him.
Oh, so it really got you
back. It wasn't fucking him. Quit asking.
That's funny. I'm sorry.
And then Siri
Patrick Swayze, were you in
Siri
Night of the
yelled
Living
at
Dead?
me about it. It's like, dude, you need to get a life. Just give it up.
No, I know what you're talking about. But if it's that guy right there, if you had watched the talk with the sheriff, you see him walking. As you see him walking, you'll see. Okay, that's not Patrick Swayze, but definitely that picture. It is Swayze-ish.
Yeah.
But
pictures could do that.
Once you see him moving around in life movement, then you're like, okay, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Sometimes
It's
pictures will do
that.
that.
That weird little fucking
shot.
picture.
Yeah.
Especially the way those pictures were kind of grainy and all that made it.
Yeah,
look,
they were great. But that's what made it look like.
That's what made it look like him.
look like him.
Right. I actually love that end title sequence with the music. I think that's fucking.
I wish they didn't show her eyes more than once.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah, I like the idea of the photographs telling the story and shit like that. There wasn't a reason to show her eyes more than once.
No.
And I think it would have flowed better. That's just my personal opinion.
No.
I'm not Tom Savini, so I can't say.
Are you sure?
Yeah. If I was, I'd be much fucking cooler. And I would have a gun in my belt. Anybody else got anything you want to talk about before we start wrapping it up?
No, I think we covered both movies great, in my opinion. I think, like I said, we covered a little bit of the second movie even in the first half of our show. But no, I think we're good. We got favorite scenes, talked about a lot of the Tom Savini and everything else. I think the pilot reviews are going to be very interesting. And also, I know you're going to also pick which one is your preferred.
Yes.
So I'm curious if everybody's going to have the same one or if there's going to be a difference. It's going to be interesting.
You got anything, Adam?
No. Now, I don't know if you already said it there, but so are we reviewing?
We'll be reviewing enjoyment and critical on both movies.
Okay, gotcha.
And pick which one is your preferred one
to watch.
You got anything before we start wrapping her up?
All clear.
Okay. Ragnar, you got anything? No, I don't got anything. I've got my dick in my hand right now.
I can't wait till he sees this. That'd be great.
All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and start it out. Ron.
Oh, going with me first?
Yeah.
All right.
Ron, go ahead and give us your enjoyment, your critical of both movies individually, and then which movie do you prefer?
All right. Well, I prefer the remake. The remake is fun. Don't get me wrong. The original is amazing, and that's why when I get into my pint and critical,
that's why I literally give you directions. Give me the enjoyment and critical of both movies, and then which movie you prefer. And you immediately fuck those directions all up.
Oh,
you
okay.
Immediately fuck them up.
I didn't think it mattered.
Keep going.
I didn't think it mattered.
It's over now.
Okay,
it's fine. You already done it. It's cool. However you want. You're not the host. It's okay. You go ahead and do however you want, Ron. I love giving you shit, brother.
Yeah, apparently. All right. The original, like I said, preferred is the remake, but the original to me is a landmark with horror films. I think it is an amazing film. The black and white is something I prefer. I cannot see this in color. I'm glad I did not see this in color. I'm curious how it looks in color, but
if you're fucking curious, and watch it in color.
No. What I'm curious is like the tones of the skin, because I'm used to the other zombie movies.
So watch it in color.
I just think it will mess up the movie for me. I think it will mess up.
Then watch it in black and white after you watch it in color.
Right,
then it'll fix it. Yeah. All in the world be right for you.
It's preferred in black and white. I think this movie, like I said, is a landmark. I think the acting is good for its time. It really showed the whole zombie, the apocalypse and everything come in, and Ben, Cooper, Barbara, everything about this movie. The zombies, they were done really well. Even the weird naked zombie that they added, which is funny because they did a whole ode to that in the remake too. They did the original with the naked zombie walking by behind. No, I love this movie. I will watch this this is a great movie to watch around Halloween. I mean, I'm watching the whole series right now since we started this. I'm actually about to watch Day of the Dead probably sometime this weekend, and then Land of the Dead and get into the other ones. But if I were to give this for an enjoyment, I'm going to give this a 4.5. Almost a. No, fuck it. I'm giving it a 5. I will give a 5 for enjoyment on the original. Why? Because I think this is great. I think it's a fun horror movie. This is a classic movie that I do not mind at all. There's a lot of classic movies that can tend to be boring and not be the best. This one I think is great. I enjoy this very thoroughly. I was sitting on the couch just enjoying this and smiling. I'm like, this is great. This is a great classic horror movie. For critical, I would probably give this maybe a 4 for the amount of time they put with the budget that they had. They did a really good job with this. The acting, everything that was done in this movie. I mean, for the fact that they did this in a 6-month period, I think that this was fucking great. I think critically, George Romero, he started the zombie genre and it ended up being great. I'm a big fan of Day of the Dead being one of my favorite movies of George Romero movies. But I think that they handled everything great about this. The tension, the way that they filmed this, the actors, the way that they moved the camera. I love the little camera motions that they did throughout the movie. I enjoyed even the score that they did. So yeah, that's what I'm going to give for my critical. Now for the remake, enjoyment's also a 5. I think that the remake is just as good. It's in color, but it's done really well for being in color because the zombies, they look more realistic in my opinion. I think that the
makeup helped a lot.
Yeah, it did. But I also, the way that they did the zombies, they did it exactly like the original, where they were, slow walking and everything else. It worked. The house. I loved how they changed the story a little bit. Like they still kept the same script of the original, but changed a couple things, changed the ending, made it a little bit more modern, more cursing, more fucks, something that you didn't see in the original. I enjoyed that with Cooper and Ben. I love Tony Todd as Ben. I thought Tony Todd was fucking great as Ben. I think this is actually a masterpiece next to the original. I think both of them side by side are both great to watch together. I enjoyed this one very much. It's a recommendation for any horror fan, in my opinion. I think this is probably one of the best zombie movies out there. And there's so many good ones. I'm a big fan of the Return of the Living Dead series. I love George Romero's Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. I love those movies, Land of the Dead. But this started it all. And Tom Savini, in my opinion, for being a first directorial effort, I think he did a fucking great job. He did well because special effects guy turning into a director doesn't always end up well. I mean, it did well with Stan Winston for Pumpkinhead, but Tom Savini did a great job with this. So
he had a good backbone to it.
Yeah, and the fact that George and also George Romero being behind him on the making of it and everything else, and there was a couple special effects that weren't great. That's why it's not going to get a high critical rating, but it's still up there. But overall, it's highly enjoyable. So it's going to be the exact same as the original 4. So 5-4, 5-4.
Cool.
Who's next, Stu?
Let's go ahead and do Adam.
For the original, I'm gonna say the enjoyment is a 4.5. For being my first time watching it and from understanding what they had to work with budget wise and everything like that, I really enjoyed it. And critical 4.5, same 4.5. For the remake, enjoyment, I like the remake better. Barbara just from the original just annoyed the hell out of me. I just can't get over her screaming the way she did. And I like the turn that Barbara made in the remake. So I'm gonna give that one for enjoyment a 4 3/4, and critical. I'm gonna say critical 4 1/4. Even though I enjoyed the second one better, I think the first one was made, especially based off of time frame and everything like that. I think the first one was made better than the second one, just going off of what was available to each movie.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Ragnar.
All right. Critical and enjoyment for these two films. Enjoyment for all right. So enjoyment for both is 4.5. Now, George Romero's Night of the Living Dead is not the very first zombie film.
No.
Excuse me. Fuck. That is out there. There's films 35 years prior, give or take. But this one itself, I think, told for the time frame, a modern version of what a zombie might be. And then the remake itself helped really bring it back up to light. Unfortunately, you get a lot of the cheesy ones that come out of them. So, but enjoyment for both would be 4.5. Critically, I give it 3 3/4. No, 4. I'll give them both a 4.
Okay.
That's equal. Both of them are the same.
Yeah, they're both the same. And reason they're both the same for them is you've got one that is basically setting the trend for everything, and you have the other one that more or less got the blessing to really redo it.
Yeah,
and it's it's a little bit better, but it's a little bit not.
Yeah.
Than the original, and the original is a little bit better, and it's a little bit not than the remake. So they're both kind of fucking equal in their own respects, you know. So
they got pros and cons, basically.
Yeah, I mean they all do.
Yeah,
you know. So
did I miss which one you preferred?
Oh, I'm sorry. The original.
Okay.
Only because it set the precedence for everything else that has come after it.
Okay.
Very good. Guten Tag.
Oh boy. So yeah, I'll start this off with the remake. I just want to say how much I love Tom Savini. I'm happy that we both share the same birthday.
That's awesome.
Whenever this comes out, I hope you hear this. Happy birthday. So it blows me away for this one. The tomato meter, which I fucking hate, but I look at it when I look at these kind of movies, or reviewing these movies, because the tomato meter for the 90 remake is 68% both sides for audience and critical, which is shocking to me because, yeah, I'll tell you what, I meant the other one, but for this movie, it brings a fresh, approach or a fresh, just vantage point to the original 1968 classic.
Yeah.
The tension, the atmosphere, just chilling as ever. But the updated color effects, cinematography, modern pacing still gives it that visceral effect just to make it stand out from the original and give it more of that modern feel.
Yeah.
Just the practical effects. I mean, it wasn't really there, but you could tell that the effort was put into it. They amplify the gore and horror in ways the original couldn't because of the technology. So it gives that fresh perspective. It's just I mean, because it's funny because I don't really watch this movie too often. Like I watch the original much more, but the themes of survival, human nature, and society collapse remain central part of the storytelling. But yeah, it's just so that brings that nostalgia. I mean, my critical or my enjoyment of 4 and critical 4.5 for this. The original, the tomato meter, is 95 from critics and 87% from the audience.
Mm-hmm.
So huge difference.
Oh yeah, well the original is regarded as the better one, but still.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, this is a 5 out of 5 for me, critical and enjoyment, because I come back to this, like I kid you not, every 6 months. I go back to Joe Bob Briggs, his last drive-in special, where he just dedicates like 4 hours. He breaks down the whole history, like the beginning part, and then like you start the movie, he'll pause the scene, talks about the actors and like what they did, and it's just spectacular. It's something else to hear him talk about it. There's something magical to it.
Yeah.
It's kind of impressive.
It is.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dwayne Jones, it's just him being like the real actor and like being able to like ad lib and like pretty much create the character that he saw, the character he wanted to play.
Mm-hmm.
Being the black guy in the movie, just give that power to be in that role was just tremendous. It gives that it really gives that claustrophobic feeling setting in the farmhouse, the tension with the survivors. I felt it was like more real, like the black and white. I love black and white movies. So that adds to the lore to this movie.
I agree.
I mean, because like I said earlier, the creep show reference, because like Greg Nicotino, just him making reference to this movie it's just spectacular. So for horror fans, check out both. Love to hear you guys' opinion as well. It's definitely a must see for me. So that's definitely my preferred one. So Stu, take us home.
All right. First off, let me just say thank you guys for joining me on this. This is a movie.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for
this is a movie that I've been wanting to do, like we talked about since day one. It's been on my list, just haven't found the right time for whatever reason.
I brought it up to you to the point. It was like, hey, do the original versus the new one.
I know. And we've talked about it before in the past, and the other stuff popped up, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
So the fact to actually sit down and be able to, share my love with everybody and get overall very positive reviews. So I'm not the only, weirdo. It feels nice.
No, it's a great movie.
Feels nice. Okay, so I'll start with the 1990. enjoyment is a 5 for me. Is it a perfect movie? No, it's not. But it hit me at the right time, right mentality. That it just sunk its way into my brain.
Yep.
And it will always scratch my little happy button inside my brain. Because it's there. It's there. It's like a
scratch a button in your brain.
It's like fucking heroin.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah. But you understood it, didn't you?
I did. Absolutely.
It's that little piece of stuff that it isn't great, it isn't awesome, but because of where it takes you back in your life and what it led to and stuff like that, you always have that soft spot. So 5 for enjoyment. Critically, it's not a good movie. It's not. A lot of problems with the acting. Some of the special effects were not great. It was relatively low budget, and you could tell that. So to have to watch it from a critical point of view and dissect it kind of hurt, I'm not going to lie. But I have to be honest, and critically, I'd probably give it like a 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting higher than that.
No, there's a lot of stuff that could have been done better by 1990 standards.
Yeah.
This came out in the
80s?
early 80s. It'd be fucking magnificent. It'd be amazing. But to come out and to be made in 1989 and be released in 1990, it's like okay. So yeah, that's what it is there. For the OG enjoyment, I will give it a 4.5, just because I didn't enjoy it quite as much as 1990.
Yeah,
because like I said, the little emotional aspect, creative, well done, huh?
It was the looking eyes.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
The Barbara character, I know some people had problems with it, but I actually give a lot of respect to the Barbara character. The way the actress portrayed her, she literally felt like somebody who was in shock. Her brain had fucking stopped. And
it makes sense.
Yeah, the actress portrayed it wonderfully. Her little babbling, how can we take the car? We don't have the keys. He has the keys. How can we take the car? He's got the keys. To me, he's got the fucking keys.
It was funny when he was laughing in the basement, the keys, and Tony Todd just takes a cigarette out of his mouth and throws it on the ground and starts laughing his ass off.
Ben did a wonderful, wonderful job. And I was really impressed that they do, because even at that point, they would even the main roles that were for black people at that up to that point,
not top billed.
They were some of them were top billed. Even some of the top billed ones, the ones that were meant to be the lead role, the hero role, they always were, not always, but most of the time were still written with a little bit of subservience to the white man.
Yeah.
The thought process of the time make them more palatable and easier for the white public to be okay with. And this one, like, no, he's just a man. He's a black man. He's a white man. He's just a fucking man. Yeah. And I respect the fuck out of that choice. That was a great choice, and it played wonderfully on the screen. And a lot of that had to do with Dwayne making the character his own.
Yeah.
And making the suggestions to Romero and his whole team. Is like, no, listen, how about we do it like this instead?
It's nice that he had that option.
Yes.
And they actually accepted that option.
Yeah. And I don't know how much of it, as much as I want to give credit to Romero being this genius and stuff like that, I don't know how much of it was just him realizing this is a paycheck movie. Realistically, that's all this fucking is.
Fucking go with
He's
it.
like, yeah, let's fucking roll. We don't got fucking time to dick around.
Yeah.
It don't matter. A big part of me legit feels that Romero kind of fell ass backwards into a genius of a fucking film.
Yep.
And then he took that genius and then crafted and honed it in different directions, and which is wonderful. But it's sort of like Lucas with Star Wars. I kind of feel like he kind of fell
possibly,
bass backwards into the genius that is fucking Star Wars. That isn't what he went out to create, or he ripped off some other things, and threw this on screen, and it all just happened to work just fucking right.
Yeah.
At the time, and I feel like this is what Romero did. I think critically, it is for the time period it was done. For the budget that he was working with,
$115,000
was really fucking well done.
Yeah.
His choice of camera angles, lighting, very monster schlock films of the 50s, inspired to build up the sort of tension and the pacing and stuff like that. And you can see he was truly inspired by those films. And he portrayed it, and it came across wonderfully well in a modernized way, and delivered a great product to the crowds. I probably have to give it a 4.5 for a critical. Very, very few things that could be changed. I do feel that a little bit of the writing was on the weaker side. Most of it was kind of just outlined and more improv than anything. But I think the character of the farm boy and his girlfriend were weaker characters.
Judy Rose or some shit.
In both films, I thought that there were weaker characters that.
I like the original better than the newer one.
Didn't need to exist in either
I think
film.
the story in the second one of those two fit better than the story.
It fit better. Yes, it fit better.
So I think the other way around.
Because
no,
it felt like he was kind of he knew the shit was fucked up, but he was kind of kowtowing to the older male and not knowing what to do in a fucked up situation. And then Ben comes in. He's like, well, Ben's also an older male and he's not an asshole. So I'm going with Ben.
He talks to me like a person.
Yes. So I think that was fine. But I said overall, I think those characters were on the weaker side that didn't need to exist. Like I said, there's very little things, but when doing a critical reveal, I think this is a very, very well done film. It's amazingly groundbreaking. It was something that was rushed. They literally got done editing. They put it up to a Saturday matinee right after the invite only, got a standing ovation, then immediately took it to fucking New York City and just looking around for somebody to fucking to play it at some places, and trying to make the
that's crazy,
the little grindhouse scenes basically. And it worked out well and became one of those classic films that will live on in the zeitgeist forever.
Dude, did you ever see this in the theater?
I have, yes, the original one, not the remake.
That's still pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
that would have been great to see in the theater.
So anybody else got anything? Oh, and I prefer the Savini.
Figured. You're a fanboy on that one.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty obvious from the word go on this.
Well, I gotta admit, this was a fun episode going over both these movies and everything else, Stu. Good job.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I know you were a huge fanboy of this one, so. So that is the end of our first episode in the Halloween series. Awesome. So
slap you like your name was Barbara.
I'm sure you too. Everybody wants to slap Barbara.
I want to slap you like your name was Barbara.
Oh, fuck you. Anyways, prepare. Oh, thanks, guys.
What?
Appreciate it. He said,
What?
well said.
The fuck?
What? What? Did I say something wrong? The fuck?
Oh, boy, I love this job.
But Okay. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy next week's episode that we're going to be doing. So join us for next week as we
What are we doing next week?
What are we doing?
Tales from the Crypt presents Demon Knight and Bordello of Blood.
Ooh, I like the Crypt.
Fuck. Okay.
Yes, so make sure to.
And my boy Billy Zane's in the house.
Oh yeah.
Dennis
And
Allen.
also, we got
Dennis
Corey,
Miller.
Corey Feldman. So
Yay.
and Dick Miller.
Wah, wah, wah.
Anyways, guys, hope
And
you.
alopecia.
That's a disease. It's
With
a
Billy
condition.
Zane?
Huh?
The alopecia
is it Jada?
It's Jada.
Yeah. Is it
That's
Jada?
alopecia?
That's what the hair loss.
I thought that was
That's
for
a
beard.
condition. No.
Her beard? No. I thought alopecia had to do with beards.
No, alopecia has to do with no hair.
Hair loss.
Okay, I didn't know if they were two different. Because I
That
remember you
means-
said you had it. You
that
had
means-
something where you don't get.
When I started randomly losing beard hair, yes, it was alopecia.
Okay, that's what I thought. I
Yes.
thought there was two separate ones.
It was fucking weird too.
Bald is beautiful.
Thank you for listening to Barrel Age Flicks. If you like our show, please leave a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Guys, this helps out enormously. Give us a follow on Instagram at Barrel Age Flicks Podcast. If you would like to send us a special film request, please contact us via Instagram and we will give you a personal shout out on the show. We are also on Facebook and Twitter. Our podcast is available on Apple Podcasts. We are officially also on YouTube in video form. And also Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Audible, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Castbox, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. Make sure you check out Barrel Age Chicks, our spin-off show where you get the girl's perspective. Subscribe to our Patreon for uncut video and early access to our podcast. Special thanks to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio on YouTube for his awesome music. This guy fucking rocks. Check him out. Want to give a shout out to Sammy, one of our guest hosts on the show who does our amazing album artwork. Thank you, Sammy. Hope you join us for our next episode. Later, guys.